Hello, everybody, and welcome to RGL Season 10 Advanced Playoffs. We are covering lower bracket round 1, and we have maybe not the most expected matchup. We have the number 1 seed versus the number 3 seed in Kronge versus Goblin Zone, and it seems like we might be starting the game right away, so we're just going to be going right into it. Joining me tonight is Tcmano on the mic, Jay on production, and let's get right into it. As I said, this is lower bracket round 1, so the winner will go on to the lower bracket finals, and then the loser will be out of playoffs, and we're starting it off on Snakewater mid.
Yeah, it's just going to be looking at things, how these teams play it out. You know, last time we saw it was Goblin Zone. They like to have a lot of funny shenanigans. So speaking of it, it's going to be Muma on the Pyro for this initial mid play. He's going to be pushing up on that roof side area, just going to be spamming the rockets back and forth. An interesting strategy. We're going to have to see if maybe he's going to be able to deny any bombers. Both teams playing it fairly slowly. However, maybe Yambo just trying to see where they can peek and prod now that there is a Pyro on the field. But with that, Muma gets the first pick. He's actually going to be flare gunning down Yambo right now. I mean, Ali Yambo, sorry, on the Yambo squad. And so with a demo down, that does mean Kronge Realm is going to have to get the heck out of there. We do have Skelly still in. He tried to go for maybe a little desperation play onto the medic, but Sam sitting pretty there. No damage coming his way. So now it's going to be a mid-win for the side of Goblin Zone. And now you can already see Tomato Tom bombing around, trying to make a bit of space for his crew to get in here, which he does. Deadly Seed just posted up, trying to play a bit of point. We do see the Soldier Bomb going in pretty deep, and that is going to get the force out. Now we're going to see Kronge Realm. They're just going to play on their bats. They know they've got full Uber at to work with, and they are going to use it in. They do have a soldier in the backlines. It is Tomato Tom, but he's going to be focus fired down. Actually, he's staying alive for a really long time, and he's going to be able to live in the backlines on 4 HP. He's probably going to be cleaned up by a spawner, but still, that's someone that they've got to look out for, and that Uber got no one else.
Yeah, and if you weren't aware, I mean, this is just going to be a look into how this series is going to go. We see the Pyro already coming out in the first mid-fight, and that's the kind of shenanigans that Goblin Zone we should expect from them in this map right now. But they have stabilized here as we're on the second point. Kronge Realm just on the back foot currently, but Goblin Zone have around a 30% advantage that they might be looking to use. I'm not sure if they know that they have such a large advantage, as the time between Ubers between the two teams before was not that huge, but it seems like they aren't going to capitalize on it. Both teams will equalize here. Pyro's still out here just reflecting things here. Buma's just peeking around Saw, hitting all of these score shots, even getting these mini crits.
Yeah. We do have Tomato Tom going in for a sack there with the Pyro spamming from Saw. He does get a lot of damage, or at least a lot of annoyance possibilities with that Scorch Shot or whatever flare gun he's running at. And so, yeah, that is going to be Skelly trying to go in for a play. Doesn't find much of anything. So now we do have Goblin Zone getting space through lower. Probably going to maybe try for something in Saw. That is actually going to be well pushing the Saw, trying to push the flank there while everyone was looking at lower. He doesn't find anything, and it's actually going to be Guy of a demo going down. This counter bomb going to be coming in from Nomi. Doesn't find anything as well, but good initiation, good aggression from the side of Kronge Realm, and we do see them trying to peek through Saw. They do pop through. They are going to be able to actually get the Pyro down. So a Pyro dropped in this Uber trade. A few Skelly Ample players coming in here, and we do have a Soldier Bomb trying to get onto the medic. He does get one rocket. Sam is launched up, and it does connect. Nice stuff from Skelly there to be able to go the distance and get the med pick. And now we do actually have a pause.
A tactical pause coming right away as well as we're getting into this match. But huge play from Skelly here, dropping Sam. I don't know if that was just a wall shot or the tasty air shot that we saw on stream, but yeah, Kronge Realm just coming, or yeah, Kronge Realm, they were actually the ones.
Yeah, the Kronge Realms were able to use that Uber fairly well there, and they were able to get onto the point. Obviously, you know, we don't know what's happening in the pause 90 seconds in the future, in case you forgot. But right now it's looking really good for them. They got the point, or at least they should do. There's a few remaining Goblin Zone players in lower. We do have Deadly Seed in behind. They should know about him. Looks like he's actually going to be cleaned up by Animus in just a few short seconds here, unless he just pulls out some amazing jukes and just gets the two shot to end all two shots. I mean, all of these players are really good in the server, but actually, now that we have a bit of time, we can run down the rosters because we didn't have a chance to do that. We just kind of jumped straight into things. So on the side of a Goblin Zone, it's going to be Deadly Seed and Magma as your scouts, Tomato Tom, the jumper main extraordinaire, along with Muma, former invite demo man, are going to be the soldiers. We've got Gaia on demo, and then Sam is going to be the medic. And then on the other side, on Kronge Realm Blanco, it's going to be Monster as the med, Ali as the demo, Skelly and Nami as your soldiers, Whelp and Animus are going to be your scouts. And we can already see what kind of game Goblin Zone is playing, having Muma run Pyro. Definitely caught them off guard in that, beginning mid. I'm not sure if they, I mean, they probably should have expected it. Apparently, Muma's been doing this a lot this entire season, pulling out those kind of weird and wacky plays. Tomato Tom as well, known for mastering the weird and wacky maps, but it's a different thing translating it to sixes, which we're gonna have to see if they're gonna be able to pull out here.
Yeah, you mentioned the weird and wacky maps. We are going to see that later on in the series. In map 1, right now, we are on Snakewater, but we will see a map 2 on Reckoner of all maps. And if we do manage to get an even 1-to-1 on these maps, we will go to Process as a final decider. But we'll have to see if we get there first, as these two teams, as I said, I think introing the very fast intro, probably not what we were expecting for lower bracket round 1. Kronge Realm being the number 1 seed, cruising in this season, 15-1. And I guess everyone expected them to just continue to put their foot on the gas into these playoffs, but losing the first round of the playoffs against Peg Mode dropped them down into this position. So seems like we do have, I guess, this matchup that here where it's Goblin Zone versus Kronge, and we'll see how it plays out. Kronge definitely going to be the favorites here, and definitely on this map as well, as I think Snakewater was their pick. So we'll see how it translates, as we are still waiting for this pause. And the players.
All right, and we're gonna go to a quick music break while the players sort out whatever issues may be, causing them a bit of trouble. But don't fret, there's still more TF2 action to come, and we've got VA other games being covered as well. So don't worry, and we'll be right back. And we're back in. The pause has stopped, and so we are going to be able to see Kronge Realm cap up that
We have a
midpoint.
spy. Muma's on spy.
Oh, he is on
Oh,
spy.
he's
Looks like he's
uncloaked
decloaking
already.
now.
Oh, he's trying to hit the pistol shots, unable to do so. He's staying alive for the longest time, but the scouts, Animus finally cleaning it up with the Luger morph. And Muma already playing 2 different classes. I don't know if I've seen him on Soldier yet, which is supposed to be his main on this roster, but that's par for the curse for Muma, and we'll see how Goblin Zone can defend against this push right here. I think it should be a full ad push for the side of Kronge. We have a sentry gun standing in the middle right here. Uber going to be used on the left side, leading across, ending on the right. Only the sentry gun being taken down right now, but finally Muma going to be taken down, and this heavy getting focused as well. That's going to be a lot of picks on the side of Kronge. A lot of good space taken as well, and the frags are finally all flowing in their favor, and they are going to take the round. It got down to a 1v1. Deadly Seed trying his best, but Kronge taking the early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, really great stuff from Kronge there. You know, just to go off of momentum, it's a bit hard to remember because it seemed like that initial fight on mid was so long ago, but they were able to collapse onto Sam pretty effortlessly, and they're just able to roll that into last. They didn't beef the last push, and you know, if you can consistently know you're not going to beef the last push, it makes the rest of the game so much easier. And now on the second mid fight, it does look like they do have the Pyro once again. They're going to be playing up by the catwalk area, but he's just going to be sticky down. Gaia going to be taking down Nomi, but Muma going down as well. So a 1-for-1, but however, a little bit better from the side of Kronge as they just have so much space. And that might be the problem with the Pyro, is that, you know, he can't really close that distance that easily. It just allows everyone on Kronge to just fly in basically unpunished, as that is going to be what the medic going down on the Goblin Zone, and they're just going to have to get the hell out of here. Monster going to have a nice Uber ad to use with his team once he's got all the respawners up, but a really great showing from the side of Kronge at the moment, and it's kind of hard to see what this Pyro is supposed to be achieving on mid for Goblin Zone.
Yeah, for sure. Skelly just having so much agency, being able to bomb in and do whatever he wants, taking down the medic. So it's going to be Kronge right now, busting through with the Uber, taking down the sentry gun again, and it's going to be the frag slowly coming in, but it's going to be on the side of Goblin Zone, as the Uber really doesn't manage to get any frags, instead just taking space. But space is not valuable if you don't actually kill the enemy players, as we see here. Goblin Zone want to pull up a successful defense, basically wiping out all of Kronge, and they're going to be rolling onto second, looking to take it into mid.
Yeah, and they, as I kind of said earlier, you know, it really is making sure you have good last pushes, you know, like those guaranteed pushes where you really should just win 100% of the time. Those are the ones that kind of bite you in the butt the most when you don't get them, because, you know, they had the full 100% Uber ad, and you know, that's kind of a game-winning or a round-winning position that kind of slipped through their fingers. But now we're going to see Goblin Zone gonna attempt to peek second at the very least to try to push it. Tomato Tom gonna be hit by a bunch of stickies, but that's not gonna stop Gaia from bombing in. We do see the Uber being used. They are gonna be able to find the sniper that they had up, or actually no, they do find the medic as well. Sorry, my bad. The medic does go down there. So a really great Uber from the side of Goblin Zone. Now we just have to make sure they can keep everyone up and alive. Sam, most importantly, looks like they are going to be able to do that with Tomato Tom getting a lot of. Do have a soldier in a lower action of that is going to be Ali. He is going to be able to escape with his soldier, and they're going to be able to mount some type of defense here, Trad, but I don't think it's going to be that good.
Wow, those were some crisp rockets from Nomi there, just stuffing the entire push of Goblin Zone as they were looking to try and roll it all the way into last. And we also saw, I think it was Nomi who was also on Sniper for the longest time in forward spawn, getting some good headshots, making Goblin Zone have to use their Uber early in order to not drop any players. But it seems like Goblin Zone scoping up. Oh, and as I say that again, Nomi is just having Muma's number, just fragging the players of Goblin Zone and stopping this push, as doesn't matter. Goblin Zone still electing to use the Uber through the shutter door. Seems like they're going to drop one player right away, and this is going to be kind of a disaster as they only get one frag in exchange for 4, and Kronge easily stabilized against that Uber push. Seems like Goblin Zone maybe should not have done that after dropping a player from the Sniper. but Kronge just gonna take advantage of that fact. Keep going, as
Oh,
Muma is still fragging. Actually, they're just flip-flopping back and forth, these two snipers.
Muma
As
again,
Muma.
he's just peeking from Saw. No one's on his tail. He's now going to be peeking from window. Not sure if he's going to be able to get anything more, but it doesn't really matter with those two crucial picks. He's just secured his team that second cap, and they do have a bit of ad to work with. Obviously, they have the sniper up, but with Muma hitting those shots, it definitely might be doable. Looks like they're going to be working his way into the lower. He's going to be peeking through lower. They should know that there is going to be a sentry gun up from the side, but that's not going to stop him from getting a pick onto the engineer. So he's now opening up a bit of space for his team. Looks like everyone's moving through lower, going to be rotating to maybe try and do an aggressive peek through shutter. Looks like Muma's just assessing his options. No, he's going to go for the peek through drop down.
Oh, he's going to be fighting Novi too. He didn't see Novi on the left side. Novi just sticking in spawn, but frag being taken by Goblin Zone with the Uber. A lot of space, a lot of cap time. The Heavy's finally coming out, but it doesn't matter. The Heavy's too fat and slow. Couldn't get on point fast enough, and just like that, we have a 1-1 tied game.
Yeah, really aggressive stuff from the side of Goblin Zone, because I don't know if you saw, Monster had 91%, and it was definitely, he was very close to getting. So that was a split-second decision. Either they could have focused the mid, or they could have played point. They played point, and they were able to get that round, making it 1-1.
Yeah, Ali leading his team here, getting to mid early as the demo man, lobbing stickies across. Muma still electing to go on the Pyro, showing a bit of tech by jumping up with the Sports Talk. And now the soldiers are coming. What can the Pyro do? Reflects one rocket away, and I guess the Pyro, that is its job in this mid. Job successful, as it seems like it's going to be a Goblin Zone win. The medic, Monster, just barely staying alive, escaping the flames as well, just for now. But he's finally going to get WM1 down, as Muma has no mercy. And does he stay alive? No, he got killed. But that was a 3K for the Pyro and a reflected rocket. I would say job well done for the Pyromaniac.
I mean, I agree. Earlier, I said I'm not sure what the Pyro's supposed to do. Muma showed me up. That's exactly what the Pyro's supposed to do, I guess. Just be able to reflect those soldiers away, and then making sure that they were down 2 players, going to be able to walk across point. Incredibly easy there. So we do.
Muma is showcasing the most diverse class kit here, as he's going to pull out the offensive heavy.
Oh, we did see a bit of this on Granary. Now, Granary a bit more difficult to push with heavy on the last. Going to be seeing how it plays out here. They are going to bomb their demo in. They are going to be able to find Whelp. So good early pick right now. Now they're just going to be playing point. Scouts on it. Just getting a lot of cap point. Now finally Animus going to be going to try and block the point, but it was too little, too late. And they just played that expertly well. Like really great. They forced them all in the spawn. And when they were all in spawn, both scouts hopped on point and just forced a Kronge realm to react, and they weren't able to react. So really great last there from Goblin Zone.
You have to think what the mental state is of Kronge right now, as they've kind of lost 2 straight rounds to Goblin Zone because of these cheese plays from Muma and Assorted Co. As it seems like we don't have the Pyro this time, but we do have aggressive soldiers on the side of Goblin Zone. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. 2 players in the back lines for Goblin Zone. They're flanking around. Monster is well aware of this, as his players are all around protecting, but he's just barely staying alive. Deadly Seed and Muma trying his best. Sam is going to escape with his life. The rest of his team falling around him, but it's going to be around a 30% advantage here, because Sam wasn't healing that whole time as he was escaping. So we'll see if Kronge will be aggressive, just like Goblin Zone was in the previous round.
Yeah, we do have a Skelly in lower, just trying to see what the initial defensive plans for this Goblin Zone team are. We do have Muma once again on the sniper, and he's been hitting a bunch of shots with it now. This time he's going to be trying to rock the Huntsman. Just going to be spamming there a bit. You know, he's got to worry about the stick. Luckily, as a scout that cleared for him. But you know, if you're Kronge realm right here, you kind of really want to, you know, get your head back into this game, because, you know, this is a map pick. The next map is Reckoner, which is not your typical plug map. So if they haven't practiced it, they might be at a very big disadvantage. You know, going further this series. We do have Skelly hiding lower. He's going to try and make a play onto the demo. He does get one nice rock, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, that looked like it was a 2-man. No, Only he flew in while Skelly was creating that distraction. I like the idea, but unfortunately not enough damage to get a kill or a force.
I can't believe Muma actually got a kill there. And he's still battling the scout and staying alive. No way is he going to stay alive. And all of that gives out the taunt as well against Whelp. Whelp's mentality must be in the gutter right there after losing a 1v1 against the Hudspin Sniper. But the situation doesn't change as Goblin Zone are still stuck on their last. They still have this NG and the Sniper sticking with their off-classing ways as players of Kronge are being aggressive here. Nomi going in, getting one pick onto the Engineer, but that's going to be not enough as the Sentry Gun and most importantly, Dispenser stays alive. Muma just taking pot shots on this right side, but I think we're going to probably see a little bit of a repeat of these past few minutes.
Yeah, we probably are. We do have Muma once again so deep and lower, just going for the hero play. He doesn't quite find it, but you know, gotta respect it at the very least. Maybe a bit late for a sack, but he's feeling himself quite clearly so far in this game. So, you know, if your playmakers feel themselves, so why not just let them roll? So we do have Kronge Realm. Looks like they maybe want to try and spam out the Sentry Gun, which is they are going to attempt to do through lower. If they do spam it down, so that's going to open up some room for their soldiers to get in. Looks like it is a two-man. They do get the force while losing both soldiers, actually, and they do lose another. Well, but did die to a headshot. I think from Muma, he instantly spawned and he got a headshot. So really great stuff. That's a three-man sack. Maybe not what they were trying to go for there, but they did get the Uber out. So they are going to be able to repush to second. They just got to wait for the respawners, and looks like they want to take it in through Saw here, Trad.
Yeah, they're not even going to wait for their respawners as they're walking through Saw right here. Goblin Zone is very wisely just backing up all the way into lobby here. Uber did not have to be used from Kronge, so they're going to be able to take second. They're getting a pick as well onto Guy. All the players on Kronge just, or Goblin Zone, sorry, sticking around the truck area. The Uber is going to have so much free space. Demo being bombed in, Ali going to take down the Sentry Gun right away, just zoning out the point as Deadly Seed trying his best to kill these non-Ubered players. Animus is going to go down, and somehow they are somewhat stabilizing here. One soldier launched into the air, Nomi's going to crater. It's a 2v3 right now, but the point is the most important thing in this game. And Kronge figured out you just got to stand on it to win the round, and it's going to be equal 2-2, just like that.
Yeah, extremely close so far. Very back and forth, and these mid have had a fair deal to do with it. You know, at least we can know how Muma's feeling about things, whether he comes up Soldier or Pyro. He is going to be sticking with the Soldier, so maybe feeling that double bump, which is what they pulled last time to... actually not that good success. They weren't able to find Sam, but this time they do get aggressive. Well, going to be able to find him now. So now they have one player down on the side of a Kronge Realm, and they don't have a lot of space. Now going to be coming in. Nomi going to be trying to push in the kitchen. He does few eyes. They should know that he's there. Looks like Tomato Palm was playing to maybe see if he was going to wrap. And yeah, Tomato Tom is going to go in, trying to fight the 1v1. He does get the better of the trade, but on the other side of things, we have Skelly taking down two as well. Tomato Tom now jumping onto the log is going to be able to take him down. And it looks like both teams want to try and stay in here. It is a 2v2, no soldiers aside of Kronge Realm, so they just got to play this a bit more passively. They don't have any opportunities to palm, as Tomato Tom looks like he wanted to try and do that through kitchen, but he just gets denied. And I think because of that denial, they are going to be pushed back. Ubers actually are going to be exchanged across point, but I don't think they're going to be able to find anything here. And they are going to back up, that being via Goblin Zone squad. Looks like they want to peek it just a little bit. Not quite too happy to give it up, but with Guy going down so weak, I think they're going to have to go back to second here, Trad, and just mount a good defense.
Yeah, that was really well played from the two scouts of Kronge Realm. It was actually a 2v3 in terms of combat classes on the mid after the first initial casualties, but those two scouts just worked really well together to focus fire on whoever was aggressing on the side of Goblin Zone. You saw Tomato Tom try and be aggressive and do something, initiate in the fight, and he was sent all the way back, and just delaying for the respawns allowed Kronge Realm to take control of that mid and have themselves a midpoint and a good hold into this round, as they're going to be slowly walking towards lower. Seems like Ali just scoping things out, Scout accompanying him as well, and we might see Skelly do something out of window here. We have a soldier very fast in behind. Muma, of all people, getting in, gets one rocket onto Monspa, but it's not enough. as we get 2 frags in exchange. Tomato Tom and Guy picking up 2 frags, as I think the re-aggression from Kronge did not work out. Seems like they're all going to look for an exchange here. Skelly taking a solo soldier Uber here, and a lot more flashing on the side of Goblin Zone. Seems like the scout here is going to get isolated. The sticks preventing his escape, but he stays alive.
Oh
How
my
does Deadly
God.
Seed get a frag? And now the rest of his team just comes in, and now this is a total wipe. It's only going to be Skelly against the world. What can he do? Can he get Sam? Lands 1 rocket, staying alive, and now Nomi comes right back in. The 2 soldiers just working so well together. We have a pyro as well. Muma just respawning and unable to reflect, get the timing, and Nomi, the hero of the round for Kronge, as they managed to salvage such an unwinnable situation.
Deadly
right back,
Seed!
but this is such a back and forth. And
Oh
Deadly
my
Seed
goodness.
just fragging again. Guy getting a frag of his own with the lock and load, but he's gonna have to escape right now as
Tomato
Animus
Tom?
is pistoling him down.
Tomato Tom in on Monster. He does get killed. Really great stuff from Tomato Tom there. And just huge shout outs to Deadly Seed not dying there. He should have died at least 3 times in that entire fight, but he was able to stay alive, and he got a lot of crucial picks for his team. So Deadly Seed going huge, keeping his team in it. And with that great play from Tomato Tom, Goblin Zone are gonna have 50%. Actually, no, more about 60% Uber ad. We do see the soldiers flying in. They want to try and get onto Sam as quick as they possibly can. Skelly is gonna try and go for himself. He does get in fairly cleanly, even though they did have a pyro there, but he's not gonna be able to land the rocket. So Sam is still gonna have his 100%. There's no soldiers they have to worry about, so they don't have to worry about any bombs. There's still the sticky traps up by logs, but he deaths those kind of instantly. And they've got forward spawn locked out, so they shouldn't have to worry about Whelp or Nomi trying anything too fancy there. And looks like they want to try and take this in through lower trad.
Yeah, Nomi's still waiting here. He's biding his time. Finally comes out, but the scout was well aware of it. Magma is going to win the 1v1, and Goblin Zone looking very well as they have the pick advantage coming in. Only 2 players. Well, doing his best Muma impression on the pyro, but it's not going to be enough, and Goblin Zone with the 3-2 winning the half here.
Yeah, really great stuff from Goblin Zone there. Going to be able to, as you said, 3-2. And they those experimental plays from Muma and, the expert movement from Deadly. Actually, everyone. Let's just give it to everyone on Goblin Zone, playing really well there to secure their advantage going into this half. And I mean, if you are Kronge Blanco, you got to be a bit concerned because this was your map pick. And, as we said earlier, and in case you guys aren't aware, we're going to Reckoner after this at the very least. And who knows how well they've prepared for that map. It's not a map teams often scrim or prefer to scrim. So it's definitely a wild card play, and as we can see from this Goblin Zone game plan so far, they enjoy the wild card meta. But we are going to go into the second half here, so it's going to be interesting to see whether Kronge Blanco are going to be able to find some weakness in this pyro meta that Goblin Zone is pushing forward.
Yeah, I really want to understand the mind map of Muma. When does he pull out the pyro, and when does he decide not to? What are the situations where he deems it's necessary? And it seems like for this mid, he will deem it is necessary, as he's taking a lot of high ground up here with the pyro class, shooting score shots across, trying to connect onto the players on the high ground. Managed to get 1 shot onto the soldier, and it seems like it's going to be Skelly making his move. Gets 1 good rocket, and it's going to be enough to take Sam down so low for Monster to finish off the frag. Muma is barely staying alive on 5 HP. Somebody just has to tickle him and he will die. But Guy just jumping in here, it's not gonna work because Muma actually falls to his own death. That is way too funny. And Kronge seems to have found the answer.
Deadly Seed is hiding. It looks like he's going to go through catwalk.
They don't see him. They don't see him.
Onto Monster, he does get the Uber Force. All right, really great stuff from him there to get that Uber Force. Oh, Sam is actually going to have a tiny bit of Uber ad. They might be enough to hold second. Not if Nomi just deletes Magma from the server. Oh my God, he could have gotten onto Sam right there. Unfortunate that he did it. Fortunate for Goblin Zone, that he did it. But that is going to be enough havoc to at least initially give Kronge Blanco this second point.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm very interested to know how Muma decides when. Okay, now he's switched back to sniper. I was gonna say, when is the off class gonna come out? And this is when the off class comes out. The Uber percentages around the same here. Nomi on sniper on the side of Kronge and Blanco, just scoping up on the logs here. And we'll see if these two players will see each other. Seems like they're not quite in each other's sidelines. Nomi might get onto Guy here. Guy wisely just peeking out of the sideline. This seems like we're going to have an engagement here, and both sides just missed their initial shots of the duel. But we do have Uber advantage. Both teams having the Uber sentry gun in the middle spot to deny any high bombs coming in from the side of Kronge. And it seems like Goblin Zone are just going to stick to what works. Or, actually, I don't know if this works. I think this got busted last round, did it?
Yeah, it might have done, and with Nomin going down to Muma, that's not a really great way to start your push regardless. However, looks like they're just going to be trying to make sure that Muma doesn't get any more shots. Tomato Tom going to be trying to go in for a sack. Doesn't find much of anything, but, you know, send in a soldier to die. We do see another soldier going in to die. Is going to be Skelly. Looks like his target, however, is going to be the sentry gun. He doesn't quite manage to get it. Unfortunate for him. But at least now they know exactly where it is. And you know what I see, Trad? We have Nomi on the spy. And he completely passes by Muma. Very lucky for him that he didn't get bumped there. But at least he gave the team the warning on Muma's hero peak play.
So I wonder if Nomi is going to try and coordinate with his soldiers here, go for some kind of sap play, and then the soldiers to come in right afterwards. That would be my idea right now, as it seems like Sam is in a very safe place. And he's making his move now. Sapper in, and just as I said, the soldier's going to come right in. Sam wisely popping there. He was probably going to crater if he didn't use. And this Uber is not going to do much, as in fact they're going to lose Tomato Tom, who tried to get a little bit too aggressive. So Kronge probably going to wait for their players here. Nomi coming back on the soldier class, and the rest of his players as well rejoining to use this advantage. Sam already on 40%, but Kronge should have another 20 or so seconds to use this advantage. Seems like they're going to group up towards the shutter area, take the Uber in through right. Sentry gun already level 2 here. Going to be focused down as the first casualty in this Uber advantage push. A lot of good space being taken. Sam eats one rocket, but it's not enough to kill him, as seems like Goblin Zone are going to stay alive just for now. Sam goes down. Whelp is behind in truck, and we have another pause.
We do indeed have another pause. It really unfortunate for the side of Kronge not going to be able to convert off of that play. Whelp still in that 1v1 potential area with Deadly Seed. We've got the late game heavy coming out from Magma. And I think that kind of nullifies the attempt these guys have at trying to get on the point, because everyone else is a bit weak. So it could be doable if they hit all their shots. But with that heavy up, I think it is a failed last push, unfortunately for them. And they just weren't able to get the picks quick enough. And, you know, last time Goblin Zone has been really great at just instantly playing the point, just putting both of their scouts on it and just getting on it as soon as possible. And just didn't see that from Kronge with this, which maybe they thought they had to focus the med because it was getting a bit close on that Uber. But regardless, this should be a successful hold for the side of Goblin Zone, and it's just going to be a question on whether they feel safe enough to push out or not.
You know, one silver lining I think for Kronge Blanco here is that I think the players are quite locked in terms of being able to work together and coordinate certain actions, despite being down 2 to 3 in the map right now. The spy sapping it, and then the soldiers coming in right afterwards. That was some very nice team play, and it was like very well coordinated as well. You saw like the soldiers were basically already jumping right as the sapper got placed, wasting no time at all, and allowing them to get that Uber advantage. Unfortunately, unable to convert it just here, as the off-classing is proving to be too powerful against their endeavors. But we'll see how it goes as the time ticks down during the pause.
Yeah, we are going to see how it ends up happening. But I mean, still, if you're a Kronge Realm, You got to be like winning these last pushes because this is your map. Ideally, this is maybe the map that you thought you had the best chance of winning on, or maybe you thought it was the map that the enemy team were going to be the worst at. But it's clearly not quite coming together for them right now. Kind of a second or maybe third last push that we've seen them not well, I guess beat with good Uber advantage. So it kind of bit of doubt in your mind, like, if we're not winning these with Uber ad, and when everything is kind of going our way, then it's going to be a lot harder to win it other circumstances. But seems like they're able to get themselves in that circumstance where they should win it. They're just not able to win it when they're in that circumstance. So a bit of a paradox there, but definitely not the end of the world for them. As like you said, it is only 3-2 in the second half. Probably like 25 or now let's say like 24 minutes on the clock based on a when they paused, and obviously we got the overtime rules as well if it does head over there. But at the moment, just gonna be waiting for one of these players to fix whatever issues might be ailing them. Hopefully it's not one of the meds. Obviously it's 9 seconds in the future, so if it's Sam or Monsta, that could be pretty hard. One of the teams, if it's a big Uber ad gone to waste, or a medic isn't there for a team fight that maybe they could have won, or really any player if it's a team fight scenario, um, could be a bit unfortunate for either side. But at the moment we don't know. Hopefully everything is all good on their end. But I mean, it can't be stated enough, Trent. It's just like the amount of work that Muma has been doing on these pyro classes, like pyro, sniper, spy, even heavy, basically anything except soldier. He's been there and he's like put in the effort.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just thinking, what's the last one? He's played Sniper, Pyro. I don't think he's pulled out the Spy just yet, but he has basically every other off class possible besides the sixes classes. He just has to pull out the Engineer as well, and he'll be completing the five fecta here. But yeah, Muma and his off class shenanigans, it's clearly working out, and it's getting in the heads at least a little bit of Kronge Realm, as we do have quite an extended pause. I'm wondering if the last time we saw the pause, I don't think it was because of any technical reason. I think it was more of a tactical one, as it was right after a round loss. But we'll see if that is what happens in this case, as it is quite lengthy. So I have to assume it's going to be technical in this sense. I don't know what you could be talking about for like 5+ minutes in terms of strategy.
I don't know. Maybe one of these guys really had to use the restroom and they just couldn't wait it anymore. Or, maybe it's like a power outage. Who knows? It could be tactical. Like you said, maybe it was a very tilting back cap coming out from the side of a, what is it? Cron Realm. Or maybe it's a coast to coast. Goblin Zone just take this last defensive hold, and they're just able to convert it into a last push on Kronstrom's last. And maybe they decide, you know what, we got to take either right now. I know we had a halftime, but we need another one, so we're just gonna do it. And they, we won't know. Maybe we'll never know. But until we start to some action again, we're just gonna have to be awaiting in anticipation of whatever keys these players press next.
Yeah, for sure. I think we can talk a little bit about how we got here. As we said, this is Kronstrom versus Goblin Zone. Kronstrom being the number 1 seed, cruising throughout the season. Goblin Zone coming into playoffs as number 3. And this is lower bracket round 1, which meant both Kronstrom, Blanco, and Goblin Zone here lost their first playoffs match, respectively, against, I think it was Peg Mode and RPC, who are playing the upper bracket right now on Fireside Cast 2. So while we're waiting here, if you do want to check that out, you could take a peek. I think it is currently 0-0 on that game.
Ooh.
So very close. But this game has been quite close as well. Back and forth, probably not what we were expecting given the season records, the previous performances as well. They just baited me as they slightly unpaused and repaused. But it seems like we're still paused.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like Kronjrov actually took both of the encounters against Goblin Zone in the regular season, a 5-3 on Process and then a 4-0 on Viaduct. We just got the unpause here. We saw how the fight played out. Expectedly, Goblin Zone winning it out against Kronge Realm, and they're going to be capping up second here, but let's see how the rest of this round plays off as we are unpaused finally.
Yeah, we are unpaused. I think medics did die roughly around the same time, even though Sam coming up just a bit later. But I don't think it's going to be enough for anyone to try and do anything with it. Do my eyes deceive me, however, but it looks like Muma up on the spy, hiding in lower, and it looks like no one has detected him, as everyone else on the side of Kronge Realm is just too focused on the... Are going to be able to take down Tomato Tom, not before Skelly dies. Muma is decloaking. They know. They instantly know, and he gets focus fired down, and now... It looks like, with recapping up that point, looks like Kronge Realm maybe just want to try and barrel this into last. We're definitely peeking at seeing what space is awarded to them. They might be able to take down Gaia if he's not too careful, and luckily he's going to be able to take down both of his attackers, and that has been another successful mini last hold from the side of Goblin Zone. And now with Ubers basically evening, we're just going to sit here, going to be playing it safe. They recognize they have the advantage in rounds, and with Muma up on Sniper, maybe they can just bank on him hitting a crazy shot.
Yeah, that was some really clutch arrows from Sam, actually. A guy dropped there from the focus fire from the side of Kronge Realm. We could have seen something completely different, but they managed to hold on to last here and keep their advantage in the map right now. 3-2. We do have Muma still playing on Sniper here, just peeking around, dancing and weaving, trying to get a sightline, but seems like Monsta is just playing very safe, making sure that the Sniper can really not do anything unless he peeks super far out all the way out to bridge.
Yeah, don't blame, playing to protect his life. We do have Nomi on the counter Sniper. Looks like he's just up behind logs, maybe just waiting before he makes his grand view. Just kind of idling, however, at the moment with that cozy camper. Get cozy, it's wintertime, don't blame him. Looks like he's actually going to be rotating up by, it's just going to be peeking in, looking super deep just in case Muma again decides to swing him. But Muma, he's playing back himself, so it's just going to be a game of patience for the moment. Actually, it looks like Nomi getting a bit more aggressive. He's going for the angle. The shots do fire, so they should know at this point that Nomi is on Sniper, and they can maybe readjust accordingly. As you can see, yeah, Sam up in that corner, protected by the sentry gun, protected by a dispenser, protected by an engineer. He's protected by basically everyone. He's not protected by a snipe, as Nomi is going to be hitting that shot right now. Now they've got a bit more space to work with here as they try and get Nomi a better angle.
Oh, he's going to be peeking through Shutter here, and it seems like a little bit of a distraction from Animus. He manages to see Sam, but unable to land the shot, and Guy gonna finish him off with the sticky. There was a chance there, but unable to hit the critical first shot. And now it's gonna be Muma back up on Sniper. We'll see if he gets his chance to get onto Monsta here. Monsta's still playing in the very safe position, so it's gonna be quite tough for Muma, as he still has to clear all the stickies in front of him if he wants to be aggressive at all.
Yeah, he was trying to go for a peek there, but those stickies kind of blocked his way, and Nomi already given up on the Australian man. He's nationality. He looks like maybe going for French. No, actually, no. He reversed it. He reversed his visa. He's sticking with the Sniper moment. I guess he was just going spy to try and see what off classes Goblin Zone were rocking. But as time, ticks down, they've still got a 20 minutes on the clock, but any time slipping past is just a bit worse or a bit more precarious of a situation if you're on round. But we do have Nomi peeking pretty deep right here. He could have gotten a shot off on the guy, but it's not going to connect, so he just backs up so he doesn't instantly die. But that pyro is going to be so annoying for him to deal with because all of that knockback. I don't know. Actually, does the cozy camper block the pyro knockback, Trad? Do you know?
That is a good question. I am not 100% on that. I'm sure we can get back to that as Nomi actually goes down from the lock and load pipes while trying to fight against the soldier guarding drop down here. And it seems like Kronge Realm are sticking around in lobby here despite being down a player, but it seems like is pretty quite aware that Goblin Zone are not going to be pushing out of this defensive position, so they are very much free to just take a lot of ground and do anything within these next 45 seconds before the round resets.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to try and go for an Uber exchange because there is only 40 seconds left on the clock. They are going to be able to get their demo in. Ali going so deep, actually. He's going to be trying to spawn camp Tomato Tom with a soldier coming in to clean him. Actually not looking too bad for them if they can focus fire down their heavy, which they do. They get everyone on the point. And then it's going to be 3-3, a tie game. Really great stuff from Kronge there. You know, things aren't working. Just take the Uber. What's the worst that can happen? Showing, you know, at the end of the day, just getting your players in there might be all you need. And Kronge going to be able to convert that round, making it 3-3.
Yeah, for sure. Kronge seems to have finally cracked the recipe on how to beat Goblin Zone, which is basically to make them, to outlast them for as long as possible. As we do have one player in kitchen on the side of Goblin Zone. Reinforcements coming in. Muma manages to get a kill before he goes down. A posthumous bomb here. Skelly staying alive for the longest time on Catwalk here. And oh no, we have another pause.
Oh boy. Hopefully it's not as long as the previous one, but regardless of what happens in this pause, it looks like it could be a pretty convincing, or at least a solid mid-win for the side of Kronge. They do have to worry about Magma. I don't think they've spotted him just quite yet. I mean, Monster knows just whether Animus is going to be able to respond in time, or maybe Magma is going to be able to win that a 2v1, considering that, you know, Animus have the heals. Maybe someone else comes in to try to assist him, but Gaia seems like he's kind of out of commission, being flung up all the way in the air. Tomato Tom doesn't look like he's going in for a play. Looks like he's just going to be trying to leave with a Skelly super weak on the bats. But, you know, maybe they'll decide to try and all in. Actually, no, it looks like Tomato Tom does go into maybe this track so his demo can get out. Magma going to be trying to go for the play, but he's going to get down from the side of Ali. With that, looks like Kronge are going to be able to get that mid-win, and looks like they're going to be trying to go aggressive into second. Good job from Nomi finding and escaping Gaia. So no demo, no traps to worry about at all. And now, if you're a Kronge, you're going to be able to, you know, maybe try and see if you can get an early soldier sack, something to maybe capitalize off of his demo pick, and that's exactly what Nomi's doing. He goes in, but unfortunately for him, there are a bunch of people protecting the medic, and he's gonna die. But I like that early aggression, and once again, Trad, we see Muma on the Huntsman Sniper.
He's just knocking and unknocking his arrow back and forth, as I think they are on this ad. Or no, they kept their medic alive, so it's going to be kind of a repeat of what we saw before, except Muma isn't going to survive here as Animus locks him down. Skelly bombing in, gets one good rocket, but a nice serve from Sam, getting all the way out scot-free, only taking one rocket of damage. Nomi just looking around here, shooting some rockets, but not going to commit and jump forward, as now we finally have the sentry guns out as well. We're going to be doing some bunker gameplay, just like what we saw in the previous 5 minutes. And we will see, as we got one rocket in, Nomi, just nice skip jump to get through the doorway and get some speed onto Sam, but unable to really land on anything. And the sentry gun doing its job here. Oh, nice. We have a bomb from Tomato Tom. He's going to do some fancy jumps, but ultimately it's not going to do anything, as I don't think he even did any damage. He's just going to take the scattergun shots from Animus, and we're going to equalize on a 5v5 right now.
Yeah, and looks like they're just going to be trying to see how they can peak this. Animus getting an early pick onto Muma is going to be able to open up a bit of space for his team. Looks like they're rotating over to the shutter, and they want to try and spam down the sentry gun, but there's so many people there to spam them down. Tomato Tom is actually going to be able to get onto Skelly, and that's basically got to be treated as drum sack at the moment, because they don't really have any other way to get any advantage. So we're just going to wait for Skelly to come back up and, you know, just try the whole thing over again, probably.
Yeah, we'll see if Skelly or Nomi just elects to do the same bond through Big Door here. And seems like the players of Goblin Zone are not very eager to try and do anything special as well. Muma actually on the soldier class here. I guess they knew that this spam tactic from Kronge has actually been quite effective in getting soldiers in and then getting the force onto Sam. So they're going to try and elect to keep their soldiers to be able to spam out this shutter doorway so the soldiers can't just get in for free. Seems like some players, the combo grouping up towards shutter here. Are we going to see an exchange? We're just seeing some buffs right now as Animus and Skelly look to try and bust through onto the sentry gun. Nomi shot up right high into the air, going to get cleaned up. Animus out here, very aggressive.
Oh,
Sam has to use because Skelly was just up in the air for the longest time. Monster looking to escape here, but he's going to get met by the players of Goblin Zone as they're actually just pushing out Deadly Seed and Sam. Oh, Sam got dropped somehow by some nice pipes from Ali, and that's going to be perhaps a nail in the coffin for the Goblin Zone as they're just feeding players left and right. Tomato Tom getting picked up on mid, and now it's going to be a 3 against 6 on the last point. They do have a 4th man in a sentry gun, but it's only a level 1. The Uber bombed up so high. Oh my god, the scout went flying, looking like a Boeing 737 in the air as the Kronge just picking up all the frags. Then he gets air shot, air stickied in the air. And it's going to be all up to one soldier trying his best, get some good damage, but Kronge seems to have stabilized and are taking the lead now in this map.
They are indeed taking the lead. Really great sack from the side of Kronge and just being able to keep Monster alive there, because if he died, that would have gone all down the drain, all of that effort, and we can see Goblin Zone already adapt to the adaptation by putting Muma back on the pyro, and he's going to be running the mid with the power jack to get there to maybe defend his medic from any bombing soldiers or just spam and back and forth across the point. Looks like he's going to do so. Looks like they're probably going to try and play a passive mid, or at least just kind of bait out the soldiers. A really nice
Skelly
reflex.
just tried to bomb and he got reflected in the air as he was trying to do his bomb. Seems like the soldiers are really getting hard tonight here. They're eating these scorch shots and having to take some arrows from their medic, which is just delaying the pushes that they're trying to do, the initiation that they're trying to do. And it seems like this defensive gameplay from Goblin Zone is just working out, paying so many dividends as Goblin Zone launches forward. Skelly alone in lower here, probably going to get taken down in the afterburn right now. Kronge tail between their legs as they escape all the way back to last, and Goblin Zone rolls forward.
Yeah, they do really go from Uma on that pyro, just to be a nuisance and just to cause people to have to change their plans as he just forces them away from his medicinal man. We do see an attempt from Tomato Tom to try and sack in there while everyone was looking at left, went in through right. Doesn't quite work out, neither does the sack attempt coming out from Nomi. But, you know, as we've seen before, Nomi might be popping up on that sniper class. And we do have Tomato Tom on the spy. Looks like, yeah, he has left on, so he has committed to it. I don't know if they'll know. I don't think Tomato Tom is off-classed in this match so far. It's mostly been Muma, who's still spamming the flare guns around. We do have Nomi on the spy, checking as well, so they might know. Depends on whether Tomato Tom is running any cosmetics or anything like that, but I do think he gets spammed out as he tries to go in through lower, so they should def know. It just depends whether he's going to run all the way back or not, which it looks like he is. He should know that he's not going to be able to get back in without someone dying.
Yeah, this is interesting. What the hell's going on?
Is he going
here?
all the way back to spawn? Oh my goodness, he is. He is going all the way back to spawn to switch off. All right. All right, Tomato Tom, you do you. That
we respect the man's journey.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, if it gets his team to the size, you know, the surprise class switch up, you know, they're like, oh, where's Tomato Tom? What's going on? Did he go back in? You know, no, he's just going all the way back to his spawn to change back off onto Soldier. And he's going to be here now with his team as they move their way into lobby.
Yeah, I might be just trying to play mind games against the side of Kronge and make them think about the possibility of a spy. We have the Pyro one-on-one Uber exchange, but not really even an exchange as Monster feels no need to use. This is why the Pyro is typically not used there, as when there are the heal beams, the burn rate is just not going to be killing a lot of people. And now is going to be Goblin Zone on the back foot as they weren't able to force out the Monster Uber. Everybody grouped up in lobby here. Are they going to go into the stickies above the door? Very patient from Gaia, just managing to wait until Monster walks into the trap. And just like that, it's flipped on its head. Goblin Zone looking to go right in through lower here. The arrow is going to be dished out, but Goblin Zone just full steam ahead. And looks like they're going to equalize this into a 4-4. The huge serve from Whelp, but unable to hit any shots, and we're going to have a tie game.
We are indeed going to have a tie game. As Sam types in chat, this is for all the marbles. He does misspell 4, but that's okay. We know what he means. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to be able to adapt. Once again, we do see Muma on the Pyro in this initial rollout. So we're going to probably another kind of more passive mid from the side of Goblin Zone. You know, they just play around their medic up on that bats or catwalk area, sorry. And just make sure that no harm comes Sam's way. That seems to be the name of the game. But
Skelly's in
Ambo,
from behind.
He's gonna be in behind. They don't know, and he just gets 2 nice rockets, and no one was there to look. That's the problem with playing so passive. You don't have all the eyes, you don't have all the information. And now, can they keep Monza alive? And no, it's actually gonna be Muma with flare gun shot, gonna be taking him down with that burn rate. And now it's only gonna be Whelp and Animus up against a Deadly Seed. Deadly Seed, he's just going in. He just doesn't care. Animus is gonna be picking him up, so he doesn't get the 2 for 1, but he does get the 1. So good stuff from Deadly Seed regardless. Animus gonna be cleaning him up and gonna be able to get the capture for his team. That's gonna be Kronge Realm taking this potentially last mid.
Yeah, more importantly, Monster went down as well, so we'll have even Ubers. Goblin Zone will be able to defend on the second point as one soldier, Skelly, being quite aggressive here. He might get caught out eating some spam, but managing to escape. We do have the Muma Sniper. He's on the normal sniper, not the Huntsman. Just scoping up on fence here, looking like an actual sniper, taking the high ground and the long sightlines as he did shoot out 1 shot. So Masa should be well aware of this. His team should adjust accordingly. Seems like they're not very eager to be aggressive just yet as they don't have the Uber, but they're slowly building up to it. Sam already, I guess they built slightly faster here, and a very defensive setup and a little bit of a stalemate at this point as we have 8 minutes 45 remaining in the game.
Yeah, that is before any overtime shenanigans. We do see the soldier bombing in. It is going to be Nomi. Does actually some good damage onto Sam, taking him down to about 40 hit points. We do see Tomato Tom responding as well, trying to go through Saw. He doesn't really get the space necessary to make it worth committing his life for it, so he just goes back to his team. He gets healed up, as he should. We have Muma trying to peek in through lower while Tomato Tom was going in through Saw. Neither of them find anything. However, Nomi on the spy. Looks like he has committed. He's gone out through spawn. And I mean, we're just seeing all the kind of off-class shenanigans right now here, Trad, as we've seen the spy sniper, heavy even. Definitely seen a lot of reminds me actually of Mela on Badlands, who used to run the Pyro a lot, also on Gullywash. So Nomi creeping and crawling his way. I guess he's on the Cloak and Dagger, so he can't really pick up the ammo to extend anything. He's just got to be very, very patient and careful here. He's going to be crawling around the boxes. I would like to see a soldier bomb before he goes in. Looks like they might know they're spamming around a lot. He's
oh my
close.
god!
What? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so unfortunate for him.
That's so funny. They were walking in like tandem, like as he was backing up, he was backing up as well. I bet if he just switched the movement, Muma might not have noticed, but what is done as Muma is quite aggressive in lower right now. Skelly just shooting rockets out the window, and the pipes are going to make Tomato Tom think twice before trying to go back into the domain of Ali, which is the Saw room. It seems like we might equalize once again. Just revert back to the same position that we did have, except we don't have the Nomi spy. I do want to see, I kind of want Nomi to try it again. Like, there's no way they expect it twice, yeah?
I mean, Yeah, presumably there'd be no way they expected twice. With Nomi dying, they definitely know he wasn't on spy. But they have a spy of their own in Muma. He's going to be making his through lower. I don't know. He's disguised as a sniper, so he's going to be trying to do the old bait and switch. Have the sniper come up, so they should know. And I don't think Muma died. I think he kind of walked all the way back to spawn, kind of did a Tomato Tom himself, and he is in behind at the moment. I don't know if they know, but they might just be paranoid in general.
What?
He does uncloak.
He's disguised as Fedley Sniper still.
Oh.
What? He was just walking around as a sniper to the side of Kronge and Blanco. Clearly that was not going to work out unless they were all playing visually impaired, as we do have a huge bomb coming in from Nomi, high in the sky, gets some good damage onto a scout, but overall is not going to do anything, as Tomato Tom, it's his time to shine, and he's going to get just piped down from Ali. Ali picking up the frags nice and cleanly, as players of Kronge Realm, 1 minute remaining in the time in the round, they're just going to move forward. Skelly bombing forward, gets one good rocket onto Sam. Sam's alone down below. Whelp chasing him down, has to use the Uber. Whelp staying alive right now. This 1v1 is so labored, and Whelp is just staying alive. He's going to get behind onto Tomato Tom as well. Tomato Tom staying alive just for the moment, but Kronge Realm going to steam forward with 5 players in. They're going to use their Uber now. Probably a little bit earlier than they wanted, but now it's going to give time for the respawners to come out. Muma coming out with the heavy, but unable to do so. Is going to be 1 scout against 3. And Kronge Realm, despite all the shenanigans, coming out on top with the blank check 5-4 in this map.
Yeah, that was a very close 5-4. Definitely was in Goblin Zone's potential, or within their grasp, take a hold of it and get their own 5-4. But still, great stuff from Kronge Realm, being able to come back from that deficit from the first half, and in that second half, able to make the changes, and just being able to take advantage of Goblin Zone's kind of unique play style and kind of work it against them. We kind of saw on that last was it last mid? I think it was Skelly going in through kitchen and just wrapping all the way around and just jumping. That's kind of the problem with that pyro. It's not as much mobility, not as much information getting if you're just playing around one kind of non-mobile unit like that. And so he was able to recognize that, and he was able to make it work. So great stuff from him and the rest of Kronge Realm. But now we're moving on to Reckoner, which is Goblin Zone's pick, and probably more their sphere of influence, their domain. And, you got to wonder, if it was so close on a Snake Water, which was Kronge Realm's, how well are Goblin Zone going to do on their own pick, especially on a map that is not often played here in North America? It's definitely not one of the favorites or one of the classics or pug staples, I'd say. It's there. People have played it, but I think Chrome might be, if they're not careful, they might be caught with their pants down, depending on what Goblin Zone have up their sleeve.
Yeah, for sure. It's been definitely a wild card haymaker coming out from the side of Goblin Zone, but they need that in order to. They need all the advantages possible to take on Kronge Blanco. But I guess Kronge Blanco, even if they do lose this map, it's not the end of the world, as they did secure their own map pick, and that is going to be a good little advantage that they have in their back pocket. As if all comes to worst, playing Process as a third map, I mean, that's just not going to be a bad thing at all, because both teams are surely going to be quite familiar with Process as we load into Reckoner in this second map.
Yeah, and I think previously in the season, Kronge Realm did beat Goblin Zone on Process, so they can go into that third map with a little bit of confidence. But this is all assuming Goblin Zone does beat them on Reckoner. But before we talk about Reckoner anymore, we can just quickly look at the logs for that Snakewater game.
That's actually so funny. If you look at DPM on the side of Goblin Zone, Muma is somehow leading, playing Soldier, Pyro, Sniper, and Spy with 217 DPM. Very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, those headshots do count for a lot, but still, yeah, really impressive for a multi-classer and someone who's playing. He played basically 15 minutes of bro. Only 15 minutes of soldier as well. So Spyro and his soldier were basically even. He played 12 minutes of sniper and he played 2 minutes of spy. He actually got no kills on spy. So his spy kind of the weak link in his multi-classing abilities, but still really great stuff from him. On the other side of things, Animus going, having a pretty decent, scout game, 35 and 18. As well as all the damage was fairly low because there were a lot of stalemates and a lot of just kind of trying to break the sentry gun hold going on there. So not surprising to see. But if we're going on to Reckoner now after all of that, who do you think the players are to watch? We've kind of seen a bit from these teams now. We kind of know how they like to play. Who would you say has got your eye? Who you're going to be keeping your eye on going into this mid? And if we could, do you have any predictions for how the map in total is going to play out?
In terms of the map, I think it's going to be I am predicting a 5-0 for Goblin Zone, and
Whoa.
we'll see what they've cooked up on Reckoner. And what I want to see is this explosive bounce back. The shenanigans come out in full force, and then we'll have an exciting map 3 to finish it all off. In terms of players to watch, we definitely didn't say Bwop's name like barely at all throughout the last map, and we'll see if he manages to step up here. Certainly wasn't doing terrible in terms of KD, but was the lowest in terms of DPM on all the combat classes in map 1 on Snakewater. We'll see if he can be a little bit more comfortable in terms of fragging and damage output on Reckoner. And then on the side of Goblin Zone, I mean, Deadly Seed was the player that we were talking about quite a lot, having some big impact plays alongside Muma, so I'll be looking at Deadly Seed to continue this performance in order to lead his team to that 5-0 that I was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, those are all good players to keep a shout on. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see whether they keep up their kind of wacky play style. Kind of hard to see now in the pregame because that's generally not a good representation of these players do. But now, if we do see a Pyro run pregame, we might not just knock it off. It might be the real thing, so to speak. But it looks like we do have both teams going ready. I think I'm going to have to go with a bit more of a closer scoreline. I think this is going to be still in the favor of Goblin Zone.
Okay. I thought Deadly Seed was going to go to mid as heavy. He was looking like it as he was on the heavy class, but it seems like perhaps some differences as we have a standard composition on both sides coming into this first mid. The high bomb coming straight out from Tomato Town, landing onto the crate. Muma already in Toxic, gonna get taken down right away, and it seems like it is looking quite well for Kronge as they are going to win this. Just barely Tomato Tom escaping by the skin of his teeth. Magma equalizing things with his team, and it seems like they should be able to stick around onto second here. Tomato Tom again just jumping around like it's a jump map. The rest of his team not really in sync, but the scouts finally rolling out as a chariot with their medic staking around the second horn. And Nomi walking around finally gets taken down. Animus might get caught out, but he is going to escape, and we're going to see the mid win for Kronge and Blanco.
Yeah, really great stuff from Tomato Tom there, it's got to be said. He was jumping around there, just diverting eyes. And with all of that, Kronge weren't confident to go on the seconds over there. Going to be a hold. We do see a soldier trade, Tomato Tom for Skelly, as well as a backup attempt coming up there from Whelp. He's going to be trying to rotate her, trying to see if he can come back with the rest of his team, which he does as they use Uber. Going to be trying to chase the rest of these Goblin Zone players away. We do have Gaia trying to escape. He almost gets directed, but not. Still dies, though. And it's only going to be Deadly Seed and Sam alive. Both soldiers now respawning for beside a Goblin Zone, but it might be too little too late as see Kronge jumping in. We do a nice direct from one of the soldiers onto one of the other soldiers, but it doesn't quite matter because at the end of the day, that's going to be the first round for Kronge.
Yeah, so clearly I don't know what I'm talking about as Kronge Blanco shutting me up, taking a round already. And it seems like they're just rolling the momentum that they accrued at the end of map 1 into this map 2. Reckoner be damned, they don't care that it is a different map, and they're gonna put their foot on the gas and prove to the other team why they are the #1 seed coming into this playoffs as we go into this second mid-fight.
Yeah, and we do see the roaming Pyro up once again from the side of Muma. We do have a player in behind, or kind of flanking. That is going to be Nomi. He does nice rockets off onto Gaia. He's actually going to be winning that against Tomato Tom. He tried to go in for the pack. Now he's going to be trying to fight a Pyro, and Muma just reflects him away. However, unfortunately for him, the rest of his team weren't so lucky. He's going to have to try to escape, as we do see Skelly going in very deep, trying to get onto Sam. He's not going to find anything. Neither does Muma hanging around by the side, but looks like Kronge, they want to get aggressive here while they have the advantage, the player advantage. Just going to be peeking into last, but they're going to be happy to back up, take second, and let things go to a stalemate. And looks like we do have the preemptive sniper coming up from Magma, as we do see the soldier bomb in from Nomi, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get that much aggressive. I don't know if a sacking opportunity out of this map. I don't know if it's that. Looks like they are going to try and peek for stuff, but I don't know if much is going to happen here. They are going to be peeking Magma by Boiler. He doesn't find anything, so we're just going to retreat, and now it's once again going to be on a Kronge Realm's side to try and do something here, Trad.
Yeah, for sure. Seems like Kronge Realm, right, might not be super familiar with sacking procedures, as well as they aren't even in lobby right now. Both teams do have the Uber. They are working this sniper. It seems like Nomi slowly scoping up. Gonna see a couple players in his sidelines, but unable to connect onto anybody with the Cozy Camper on. Animus just peeking around, scoping it out. They do have a sniper on the side of Magma this time. All the players of Goblin Zone taking their turn on the sniper class. And Muma and Magma, both players going down the dynamic M's, is going to give a lot more space. We'll see what Nomi can cook up, or if we can get a soldier sack as well. The sentry gun doing a lot here. Uber exchange coming out as well. The respawns are just about to come up in 2 seconds for the side of Goblin Zone, so they will be able to hold on just for the moment. But Nomi, so much space given. He's just taking pot shot after pot shot. The frags are going in favor, the damage in favor of Kronge Realm. Blanco here is only going to be the Demo Man trying his best to prevent anything, jumping in with his last Hail Mary, but Kronge Realm Blanco just steamrolling this forward, taking a 2-0.
Yeah, and that was a really great recollapse from the side of Kronge Realm, and there, they took Uber in, got the Uber out, and everyone was just in position to collapse onto the kind of forward players and, get in there before the forward spawns got there for Goblin Zone. So once again, we're going to be coming up to our third mid here. Looks like we do have the preemptive mid sniper to mid strategy coming from Magma. Is actually going to be Gaia, going to be taken down in lower side. So no demo on the side of Goblin Zone. They still have the sniper up, and actually Muma's up on scout to compensate for Magma being on sniper. Magma does go down. I don't think he was able to find much of anything the sniper, but Muma's still up on the scout, gonna be trying to protect and trying to collapse onto all of these Kronge Realm players. That is gonna be Monster going down from Muma. Actually, Muma's still fighting in low. We do have Animus and his demo buddy Ali just kind of on the wrong side of the map.
Nomi's coming in from behind now. We'll see if the meta is well aware. Oh really? My god. Oh. And they do have to use, Sam has to use, and that is the scary part of having the cap point on the on the bottom below the rest of the map, basically on the mid. The soldier bombs are just way more scary for a medic playing down there, and I saw how Sam just had to use, despite probably, if he had better positioning, more of the map was just designed in a different way. He probably could have escaped that, but that is going to allow Kronge Realm to at least stick around here. Both teams have around the same Uber, so they should be set on this last defense. They are electing to take these off classes as well. Both on the engineer, Nomi coming up on sniper, and we'll see how they can outlast Goblin Zone assault here, as we do have Magma on the sniper, slowly working his way up into lobby.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, only thing Muma needs to do is hop medic and hop on demo. I don't know if he can hop on demo. Might be class restricted off of it, but definitely medic, and he will have played as many classes as possibly can because he's now rocking that sniper. As we have Magma up on the sniper, he's going to be peeking around Boiler. They probably should know. Considering he did die on mid, and I think they would have spotted him by now. So he's just going to be taking his time, trying to see what angles are going to be awarded to him, what sight lines he can try and get the better of. Going to be peeking down the main of lobby at the moment, just behind this shutter. Looks like he wants to try and get onto Ali. Seems that's his main target for the moment. Just going to be trying to see if he can line up the shot. Ali just playing to deny Boiler at the moment as everyone's spamming from there. So bit of coordination right here. He's going in pretty deep. It looks like he does hit some damage, but enough. We do see the aggressive bomb coming in from Skelly. Just going to be trying to get onto maybe the sniper. Maybe he thought he wouldn't be protected, but with a nice headshot ringing out Magma onto Nomi.
Oh,
looks
Magma!
like this push is underway. He gets another one onto Animus, but Ubers are used from both sides, but it's a lot better from the side of Goblin Zone right now. This might be their first round. They should make sure everything goes in their way, and yeah, they're cleaning up the kills. However, Ali, nice pipes. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Skelly can't touch point, and that's going to be the first round for Goblin Zone.
Oh my god, Muma really did come out on Scout. So he's played like 5-6 different classes now in this series. Really the jack of all trades, doing it all for his team to get them the W if possible in the series, as they managed to take the first round in this second map. And they'll see if they can string this together and convert and tie it up in this map and make it quite competitive, as we have Nomi going fast down into the lower connector. He's going to try and wrap around, get onto this sniper. The sniper is not well aware, but it seems like the rest of the team know that was about to happen. They all went back to collect the frag. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Skelly just fighting. He's going to be alone against Sam here. Sam trying to surf the rockets, staying alive just for now, still eating rockets. Oh, he walks right back into it, and it's going to be a tough sell, as Tomato Tom is just alone and lower right now, trying to block the cap. He's going to be successful, at least for a little bit, just jumping around, staying in Toxic right now. Some players of Kronge finally coming back to try and help the Scout clean him up, and he is staying alive for the longest time. Finally goes down while cleaning him up. The second point about to be capped for Kronge Blanco, and they should have a 100% Uber advantage, looking to close out the half 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, really great attempt from Tomato Tom, just trying to distract as long as possible. Unfortunately for him, but Uber is still going to be used as Kronge Realm barrel it in. They do take down the sentry gun. Now they're going to be either focusing kills or the point. Looks like they're just going to be trying to go for kills as the soldiers just up into the sky at the moment. They really haven't gotten a lot of space, actually, with Nomi and Skelly both going down. No soldiers on the side of Kronge Realm, and now it is a bit disastrous for them. They're going to be able to get a pick out onto the demo, which they do. They might be able to stay in here, but they're all so weak, so they're just going to be happy to get the heck out of there. And now Sam has the Uber, is going to have the Uber imminently, and looks like we are going to be able to see Goblin Zone try to push out of their last here. Oh, maybe not, with Deadly Seed getting taken down. Nice trap from Ali, and they're in a bit of a precarious situation. They still have the Uber ad, and they know they have it, but they might be at risk of getting back capped. They don't clear everything properly, as it looks like we do have some players going in for roulette. They're going to have to win this 1v2 against the soldier. They do just win it. They have one scout on the cap, but luckily for them, Deadly Seed was another spawner, and he's going to be able to clean up well as well. Now, we do have the remnants of this Kronge Realm squad trying to defend second, maybe in attempts of that back cap coming through, but it doesn't. So we're just gonna have to go back to mid, meet up with their demo, and try to figure out how they want to use this Uber at.
Yeah, they weren't able to force it out of Monster, so it seems like they already got the engineer set up, expecting a last defense here. Still sticking around the shutter area. Sam not leaving just yet, but he's going to get ready to leave. Tomato Tom trying his best to force something, but Monster still not quite feeling the pressure. But they did delay just enough, so Sam is about to have already, and we'll be back to where we were originally here. Uber popped out from the side of Kronge Realm. Ali gonna focus down the sentry gun, but now the Uber has come out and is gonna be slightly better here. Monster might get picked up, unable to escape. One soldier, another one eats a rocket in the face, and he's still sticking around on 4 HP. just these players sticking around. Skelly might try and do something here. Jumping forward, another soldier coming in on point, but the frags turned out in favor. They did manage to get Sam though. That was the critical pick in all of this.
Yeah, really great soldier play from Skelly and Nomi. They're going to be able to clean up Sam. So they're going to be able to take second point, and they're going to have a good Uber ad to once again work in here. But good thing for Goblin Zone is that their last defenses have been pretty solid. Or, you know, other way to say that is unfortunate for Kronge Realm. Their last pushes have not been solid. They've been kind of beefing them even with fairly sizable ads. So hopefully they know what's been going wrong and they're going to be able to change it on this third attempt at a last push as they're making their way into lobby. Hopefully going to be trying to things out. Maybe they can expect where the sentry gun is as they use it on their scout and demo coming in from the left attacker side. They do take down the sentry gun, do lose one in the process though. The frags are going either way, but can they just get onto the point or just get the necessary picks? This late game heavy doing a lot of damage. Now, Goblin are pretty close to their own Uber if Sam can just stay alive. Ali in the back lines. Luckily for them, once again, we do have Monster looking like they might be able to get out. They do have a scout on their tail, but ducking down into lower is going to be enough for Monster to stay alive and meet back up with their team. And that is going to be the third, I think, failed last Uber ad push for the side of Kronge Realm. And, you know, if you're ever in like one of those businesses again, they got to figure out what's going wrong there because they can't get any more rounds if that is their kind of MO.
See if they can fix that up the next time it rolls around. But in the meantime, Muma fragging down Whelp. Skelly getting a trade frag in the meantime. Players all in the backline. Nomi trying to do his best to disrupt the flow of Goblin Zone. Players, that's Skelly also going down, managing to pick up one frag. Demo just lobbing sickies across the bridge right now, but it's going to be Tomato Tom initiating, taking some space, spamming some rockets across. The lock and load pipes coming across the bridge, but nobody is electing and hitting the damage needed for the side of Goblin Zone. And with that, Kronge Blanco are just going to roll through lower here, looking to cut off the players of Goblin Zone here. We do have an exchange. It's going to be a 3-for-3. Equal amounts of flashing on both sides. Seems like Kronge Blanco trying to stay in here. The flank collapsing. Yeah, the flank. Those soldiers just doing so much. It's going to be two scouts against basically, huge pipes from Gaia, giving a chance for Goblin Zone here. The meta's just running around here, trying to be meat shields basically for the scouts instead of the other way around. And it's going to all come down to a scout versus a scout and a demo. And the 2v1 is going to be too strong for Whelp to handle. Somehow, Goblin Zone coming out on top of that extended fight.
Yeah, very, very close. You know, they were just inches away from capping that point there. And, you know, they could have gotten the forward spawns. But still, that is going to be Goblin Zone defending that. And now they're going on to mid. We do see the aggressive from Nomi going to be making some space for his team, allowing Skelly to get in as well. The rest of from flooding in very aggressively, and they're just sinking the damage as everyone to leave through bamboo, but it's not going to happen as Nomi is in the backlines and he's got their number, getting a 3K there. Really great stuff. Everyone else did die on mid. Basically from both teams, it's only going to be Animus and Silly up alive. But still really a great collapse from the side of Kronge Realm. You know, very unfortunate for the side of Goblin Zone. We do have Skelly trying to do his best demo spawn camping him. He's just going to be doing enough damage to force them to back spawn to their last. And now he's playing in lower, actually, maybe trying to get another play on the Sam and make this an even bigger Uber ad for his team. And I don't think they know he's there.
He's creepy crawling. Oh, they don't see him. Makes his move. Hits one rocket. Can he land the last one? Unable to do so. Magma managed to clean it up. But Sam is so low, has to escape back into lobby. The rest of the players of Kronge Realm just pushing them out of this shutter area. Demo on the shutter, stickies. Muma trying to come in on the backlines, gets a little bit of good damage onto Matza, but it's not going to be enough. And this is danger zone for Sam right now. The players, the scout, so aggressive, just running forward. The respawn's finally here. Gaia doing his best to save his medic and it is going to be just as successful as the Uber comes out in Uber trade. Such a messy fight here. These soldiers are so synced even though they're on different teams, just jumping around. Seems like Goblin Zone will be able to stabilize here, as it will. Nobody even died in that Uber. It was just a bunch of jumping around, a lot of theatrics and dancing. As now we're back on the last for Goblin Zone with 12 minutes remaining in the round, in the half.
Yeah, only 12 minutes left in this first half. And once again, we're in the position where it's up to Kronge Realm to try and break in here. And they've been good at getting Uber ad scenarios for them. They've just not been good at executing them to their fullest potential. We do have a sniper and a pyro up, so it kind of a more standard spot to see both of those. On the side of Goblin Zone, but they're just going to be happy to take things slower and wait for Kronge Realm to try and initiate here. As it looks like Nomi just kind of trying to scope things out. Animus, however, he just looks a bit too far forward, and he's going to be taken down by the sniper. Looks like Nomi might also die by this boiler side area, and with 2 picks down on what I think wasn't supposed to be a ban, it looks like Goblin Zone is going to try and do something here. We do have Tomato Tom going in through lower. He gets one nice rocket up onto the medic. Gaia walking in super deep as well. I don't think they quite know at the moment. He's just going to be able to try and lock out. He does get some damage off onto Ali, but he was Uber there, so he's just going to be able to surf it out back to his team. And that was a good push out from the side of Goblin Zone there. They got the Uber force, and now they've got a big Uber ad to work with here. So it looks like they're going to be trying to take this in through Toxic.
Yeah, and they do have the Pyro here as well, so we saw the Pyro Uber on Snakewater. Was not very successful. Skelly coming in, staying alive with the escape play, gets some kickbacks. How does that happen? Muma just fighting with the Scorch Shot, his main weapon in this long-range duel, trying to close the distance and doing slightly successful here, as we do have a back cap. Whelp is sticking around on the second point, gets Sticky down. Magma getting some frags, and it's going to be ultimately successful. We see the solo Pyro Uber again, but since Muma really just can't close the distance, it was just kind of funny looking him just waddling around with his power jack. But all in all, still successful, as they will be able to get the second point.
Yeah, really amazing stuff there from the side of Goblin Zone. But they are at a big Uber disad. We do have Tomato Tom in one of those kind of funny spots, hiding above the shutter. He might be able to get the pick out onto an assuming Whelp, but they do see everyone else is just going to be trying to go for the back half. Deadly Seed is in behind. Can he win this 1v1? He does, but the Skelly is here to clean hit. We do have Tomato Tom as well, going to be trying to make his play for the point. He isn't going to be able to find much of anything. Gaia going to be taking down Ali as well. However, in the midst of that, fortunately for Goblin Zone, they were able to take down Monster. Sam was able to live, and that Uber ad that Kronge Realm was working with kind of evaporated there because of it, and now it's going to be Goblin Zone to have a real last push in here. And,
yeah, Monster actually dropped there. Tomato Tom up above, like,
really?
Monster come up from upper. Yeah, and then he was trying to escape back through shutter and just drop Monster right there, and that's going to give an advantage, a full Uber ad advantage here. Seems like they lose a player, though, in Deadly Seed. They don't kill the Sentry Gun. The Sentry Gun's still alive for the longest time. And we got the Frontier Justice coming out with the crits as well. It's going to be a full wipe. Doesn't matter that they're shiny. They're still going to die. And Kronge Realm Blanco averting disaster and keeping the 2-1 lead.
It seems like pushing last has been a common hardship faced by both of these teams so far. Both of them struggling with it. As we do see this mid-push attempt coming out from Kronge Realm. Looks like they're sending in most of their players in through lower. Muma was jumping about trying to see if he can maybe get a nice bomb off. He can't, and he dies because of it. And they've got full Uber at to work with. We do see Magma up on the sniper in forward spawn. Looks like he's going to be trying to get a shot off as they in through Bamboo. He doesn't quite get it. Gaia going to be trading out one as well. But this basically might be a leapfrog scenario. If Goblin Zone are feeling confident enough to try and push out here, they are going to have the Uber output. It's just whether or not they're going to be able to make sure no bad caps happen to them. That could be disastrous. And we've seen a lot of those trad, especially from Whelp. might be his MO to try and do something, as we do see them try to push by this generator side area. I don't think you're going to be able to find much of anything at all. Whelp does go down, Slick goes down, Nomi goes down, and you know, that shove attempt not really working wonders there. Everyone on the side of Goblin Zone staying alive, and now we're going to have a really great opening and just a lot of room to get on the mid here.
Yeah, the push through attempt through that tiny corridor was just not going to be successful against spam classes. We do have, is it Whelp on the sniper here, sitting in forwards here, just waiting for the delicious medic to come into his sightlines, but it's not going to happen as they're electing to go toxic, it seems like, the combo. They do not have an advantage. Both teams managing to equalize, but Goblin Zone taking advantage of the chaos previously, pushing out of second onto their mid. And we only have 7 minutes remaining in this half, so they are going to have to play with a slightly faster tempo than we have been seeing in the rest of this half. Seems like Skelly going into Toxic here, not leaving just yet. There was a blind dev attempt from the side of Gaia, but unable to do so. Going to be some traded frags back and forth, 1-to-1, and we still have the sniper, Whelp, just sticking around on the plat area, unable to... One player behind, they don't see him, Deadly Seed. They do see him now, and he didn't make his move just yet. The Nomi respawner is going to come up, and he is going to be pinched rather soon, so he will have to have a move on here. Seems like Nomi finally saw him, so his days are probably going to be numbered, as he's still dancing around last here. Going to be fighting Nomi. Oh, and almost wins it, but not quite, as in the close range. The soldier is the dominant class. Skelly high in the air, trying to sink some rockets. Only gets one onto Sam, and it's going to be another 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, definitely a bit slower, kind of the first proper stalemate that we've had that hasn't completely erupted. As I say, that Whelp getting a nice headshot onto Muma. It's going to be interesting to see if Deadly Seed can try and respond in favor. We do see the soldier bombing, and Nomi gets one nice rocket off, and the next rocket misses, but Sam thought it could have hit, and it could have hit, and he probably would have died if it did hit. So I'm honestly not too sad with that from Sam, because that's the alternative. You drop, as Monster does, with the aggression coming out from Goblin Zone there, and that's what happens if you don't pop it. You drop it, and fortunately for Monster and Co, finding that one out the hard way, now they've got to try and defend this second. Goblin Zone probably going to take their time, just going to make sure everyone healed up, they don't drop anyone unnecessarily, but there's a lot of free space awarded to them. There is a sniper playing by Boilers, but he just backs up to last, and now it's going to be once again a Goblin Zone push attempt on the last.
Around a 30% or 40% Uber advantage here. Sam doing a good job building with his team right now, so they'll have a good 15-20 seconds before Monster will have it back up. Sentry gun only level 2 just yet. We do have a soldier hiding in the bushes here. Seems like we'll see if that is going to be successful at all. Makes his move, comes out. Sentry gun going to be taken down right away, but he is shooting on shining players. That is not going to work. A 1-for-1 trade right now. A lot of space being taken, but it seems like Kronge, Jerome, Blanco are just holding on right now, and Sam is already tucking tail and leaving. Pushing an Uber push with a sniper is always going to be a tough call, and it seems like it did not work in that regard. The round and half-timer are basically synced up right now, so this is basically going to be the last round we see here. Yeah. Oh, and my god, Deadly Seed is so aggressive.
Ooh.
Unable to hit the shot on the Monster.
Very aggressive from Deadly Seed, as they looks like both of these teams are just a bit hesitant right now. None of them really want to make the moves to give the other team too big of an opportunity. Now, I wouldn't be surprised, because it is tied up, the round timer and the clock. We might be here for a little minute, and we might see Goblin Zone just make a desperation play at the end. But no, they're going to be going in trying to make the best of this Uber that they have. They are going to be able to take down the sentry gun first and foremost. They do get some good cap time, and they get some picks off on the alley, so there's no demo to worry about. Late game heavy coming out as long as well with the Uber are going to be cleaning up the rest of these Goblin Zone players.
Look at Muma.
Nice 2 picks, however. Yeah, really great stuff from him. And now might see the reinitiation come out from Goblin Zone, but no, Magma is gonna die, attempting to
Dude,
do
how do they
just
not see
that.
Muma? That isn't that window see-through?
I don't. It is, and he dies.
Okay, I was wondering. He was just crouched in the corner, but they can look through that window and just see him. So that was not going to work out. And high advantage, around 25% for Monster right there. Skelly bombing in. But we do have a Whelp spy. I think he's just spy checking. Nomi switching back onto the engineer despite having the Uber advantage. Seems like Kronge and Blanco are not very set or enthusiastic about pushing out of this last. So we'll see if Goblin Zone will get another chance at making this a tie game before that happens.
Yeah, they are going to have probably only one more chance, maybe 2 if they push right now and nothing disastrous happens and they're going to be able to push again, at least with Uber. But looks like they're just going to be taking their time trying to see how things are set up on Kronge Realm's side of the map, as there's been really no successful last pushes since that 3rd round. So both teams struggling with it fairly a lot. We do see this demo bomb coming in from Gaia. I think he did air pogo himself in there, so fairly impressive.
Yeah, he was trying to do an alley impression there, that famous air pogo bomb coming out from the EU demo man, but it's going to be Kronge and Blanco actually taking space here. Animus almost goes down, but they've retaken lobby. Whelp gonna back up all the way now. And it seems like they actually moved around some of the classes. Whelp is on Soldier currently, as we do have 2 of the scouts, other players being on off classes, electing to keep with the spam classes. Ali taking down the sniper, and only 1 minute remaining. We could probably see a last heroic push, probably coming out maybe now, as we will have a 5v5.
Yeah, we are going to have that. Looks like Galton in a bit of a desperation. They are going to use the oobs as they Sam go down very low there. Going to be spamming down the sentry gun, but they have to try and get it out from Monster before they do anything else at the moment. So we're just going to be trying to spam around. We do see actually up on the Soldier, oddly enough. I guess maybe that's just a better class in his eyes to try and defend this last hold. We do see the Uber came out from Monster, not really much of anything, so this is going to be a potential dry fight for Goblin Zone if they want to try and get in here. Looks like they're actually going to be trying to build this up.
They could get it.
Yeah, they might be able to get it just in time. It's definitely not happening on the side of Kronge Realm, so they've just got to play all of their defense as well, and play around their heavy and their sentry gun, maybe trying to sit down early are the soldiers on Goblin Zone. And it looks like they might be able to just to get it, but they do lose 1 early. They do lose 2 early. They lose early before this Uber can be popped out. They do use the Uber, but no one's there to get it. Only 1 second left. Even if they did get that Uber, I don't think they would have had enough time to get to the point. Regardless, going in at the end of this first half, it has been 2-1 in the favor of Kronge Realm.
Yeah, fast-paced couple of first rounds, but then it really slowed down and stalemated in that last 4th round that we were watching, as the teams went back and forth, and couldn't convert any of the Uber advantage last pushes that they were given the opportunities for over and over again. So we'll see how fortunes change in the second half, as Goblin Zone are down 1 round. They are down a map as well, so they're going to have to turn it around if they want to stay alive, not just in this series, but in playoffs in general.
Yeah, this is a elimination potential for the losers. But looking at the logs, for at least that first half, Ali going massive, at least in the damage department, 282. A back and forth game is pretty impressive. Gaia as well going 272. So both demos doing a lot of damage impact. On the other side of things, you look at basically everyone else aside from the demos and the medics, and you just see a bunch of off-classing. Basically, almost everyone had a little some type of off class, whether they were holding last, trying to break a last, something like that. So a lot of shenanigans coming out from all of these teams. But anything that really spotting your or catching your eye here, Trad?
Not really. I guess what you were saying about the off classes, that is quite funny. Some players with 5 different off classes in one map, they really are just trying to be the master of everything, be the most varied player possible. As we wait for them to go into the second half, both teams probably talking it over, thinking about what their game plan will be, how to finally win those last pushes that both teams have not been able to do since basically around 20 minutes ago when the fourth round started.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't remember, but looking at the times, it seems like it might have been a lot of mid to last. That with those first early rounds, it seems like they're pretty low time wise. So it's fair to assume that they were mid last. So that kind of makes sense, and it uh hands out, whoever won mid was able to capture up on that last. So this might be a bit of a problem for these teams, and maybe the is just baiting teams out onto pushing to second, and then winning the refight on second, and then just barreling that forward to last, and just kind of ignoring the whole proper last push idea in general. We've seen a bit of that, but instead of trying to fight second, a lot of teams have preferred to try and send someone back onto last, and that really hasn't worked out ever. Even though Reckoner is a very big map and there's a lot of doorways that you can walk through for free, essentially, especially between mid to second. We've seen Whelp go lower, I think almost every single time that a Goblin Zone have tried to push through second. Whelp has gone through lower, or he's gone through Toxic, or he's gone through Bamboo, and he's tried to start that back up. I don't think he's successfully got every time, but it's drawn Goblin players' eyes backwards. So Reckoner's definitely a good map to try and do those back cap plays. However, it's not really been executed well for any of the teams thus far into the game. So I would like to see them prefer to maybe try and fight second when they're to go for that refight instead of just sending players behind. But I'm sure they will figure out some way to capture that last point, regardless of how it manifests.
Yeah, for sure. Probably if they had a little bit more practice, scrim the map a little more of Reckoner, but Reckoner not being the most popular map, they probably don't have all the protocols set on how to successfully execute those back half maneuvers, and probably just even more generally the last pushes, as we do have 5 players on the side of Goblin Zone just waiting for one. And that's quite funny. They set the team state to ready for a second despite not having 6 players.
They're confident.
So confident in a 5v6.
Maybe that's the strategy.
Yeah,
You
just kick
lose a
Muma
player.
and that's how you win.
Yeah,
Because Muma is the one that they don't have.
uh, you know. Oh, and we do have a little update on the other game going on. So, if you've been watching this game and you don't want spoilers, close your ears right now because the results are in, and RPC won 2-0 against what is it? The other team, Peg Mode. They won against them, so good job from them. They're going to be going up to the upper bracket finals. Yeah. Oh, grand finals. They're going to be going to the grand finals. So for these teams here, it's going to be a long road if they want to try and meet BC in the grand finals. They got to be first take down these teams, whoever they're playing tonight, and then going up against Peg Mode and what should be another really good game. As we do have one team readying up. It is going to be the Goblin Boys. Now, just waiting on Kronge Realm to decide what they want to change, maybe what they want to adjust. But it's been pretty back and forth, so it's not like there's been any hard errors, that these teams have been making here, Tread.
Yeah, for sure. Seems like we've switched the disconnections now, this time it being on the side of Grangero and Blanco. But yeah, these teams fighting for their lives just currently. Seeing who will be facing Peg Mode in the lower bracket finals, and then who gets to take on RPC in the grand finals for season 10 advanced of RGL. And yeah, we're just waiting around. I wonder if we'll see the Pyro again, as we did see that it just wasn't as effective as on Snakewater. I don't know where, if you're playing Pyro, is the best place to hold on this mid, as you don't have like that fortress kind of L shape that the catwalk provides on Snakewater. So I am
Yeah.
going to suspect that Muma will probably not be on Pyro this time, as it didn't work that one round that he tried it. But perhaps he'll pull out something different. How about Spider Mid? That could be something cool as well.
Ooh. True. I mean, yeah, spy to mid, heavy to mid, as you theorized earlier. You know, I agree that Pyro, this probably isn't the Pyro map. It's a bit too open. It's a bit too, there's too much space that you got to cover. As a Pyro, you know, Gully Wash, even Snakewater. Basically almost all of the 5CP maps are a bit more, at least it feels like a bit more closed than Reckoner is, which seems like it's massive. Like mid, especially second, even last are just so big and so open that, you know, Pyro, it's going to be hard for them to get the ground to be able to really do the damage and getting close with the players that they're shooting. So I would also be surprised to see Pyro get from Muma, especially if it means that, you know, they're going to be losing, you know, a soldier or someone who's going to be able to make it quickly and just bomb around. But, you know, he's pulled it out once, so who's to say that he doesn't pull it out again? But it's just going to be, you know, where's these teams? Currently 2-1. Kronge Realm, they won the first map in a very close 5-4 fashion against Goblin Zone. But now we're on a Goblin Zone's pick, Reckoner. And we're just going to be waiting to see if they're going to be able to pull it back and take us to a third map. And you might be wondering, hey, what is that third map process? So definitely a lot more of a standard pick and something that, you know, this say Goblin Zone players that, you know, maybe they have some sneaky plays for it. Maybe Kronge Realm is better, well suited to execute a bit better on that map. Regardless, we're gonna have to wait and see how the second map ends up, as we do have one team readying up. Just gonna be waiting on Goblin Zone, specifically Tomato Tom. You know, maybe he logged onto his ult and maybe he's doing some jump maps, you know, to get jumps up and ready. You know, maybe he's theorizing, crafting some insane mid to, some insane like spawn to spawn jump. You can just like shot Monsa before he gets the second.
We'll see if we get to see that jump theory, as Tomato Tom is rolling out with his demo man. Both players just getting ready, and we do have the shenanigans once again. Magma on Sniper, going to elect to roll out towards Toxic with the long sight line. A lot of players grouped up on the side of Goblin Zone by their crate area, a little bit more spread out on the side of Kronge Realm. Lunko here, as the Sniper managed to get all the way around here, is rotating around, just taking pot shots, manages to land onto one of the soldiers as well, just stopping him in his tracks. And currently it is in advantage of Goblin Zone right now. The Sniper theory, I guess, working out, as they are having the 5-3 life advantage. All the players of Kronge Realm looking to come back in with the Uber, the Demo Man and Scout bombing in, but Ali's gonna get dropped. Uber in kind being used from Sam here, but it should be better. Can Monsta get out? Monsta should be able to get out. Seems like Goblin Zone were not super eager on chasing all the way through, and instead they're just gonna be satisfied with the second capture.
Yeah, they are, and luckily for what is it, Kronge Realm at the moment, Ubers are even, so they don't have to worry about Goblin Zone just barreling in. They do have to worry about the sack coming out from Tomato Tom. Looks like he's just making space to try and go in for the recommit. It's actually this time going to be Deadly Seed and Magma dying. Both scouts down, or actually no, Scout and Soldier down, because Magma, of course, is playing Soldier. So of course Muma can play Scout, or actually Magma really just up on that Sniper when things are going his way. So we do see the aggression coming out from Kronge Realm. They aren't going to be able to find anything. They do find a Tomato Tom who was already sacking his life, and he doesn't find anything. And with all of those sacrifices
Nomi
going
wants
either
to use
way,
these crits so bad. Oh, he used both of them and wasn't able to get anything.
Damn. Unfortunate. I didn't see. Did he just walk in through Boiler?
Yeah.
Walked in through lower, going for the wraparound play. I like the aggression. I like the idea. unfortunately not executed to perfection. So they've got another player add to work with here. They do spam down the gun, so now might be the best time for a soldier to sack that they've had. So it looks like they actually are going to go for the demo sack. He does get one nice sticky off onto Monster. Monster just going to be surfing around. The scout comes in, going to be trying to clean up on the damage. He is so low right now. 3 players dying on the side of Goblin Zone in attempt to try and get Monster, at least get the force out. They get neither, and now they've got to play this second so passively. Their spawners, they are actually going to lose their soldier as well. Tomato Tom does go down. They do use their Uber. They're lucky that they do get the force out, as everyone was kind of huddled by that boiler side area. But Sam goes down while trying to leave through lower, and now it's only Deadly Seed and the respawners. Deadly Seed comes in, he gets Whelp, and now he's going to be trying to go in behind. Not going to be able to get the back out, but he's at least going to be a havoc in the back lines. Going to be peeking out. He's actually going to be in a 1v2 scenario. He's not going to win anything there, and now looks like Kronge, they want to take through somewhere. It's looking like they're trying to go bamboo, but there's a lot of Goblin Zone players already there, and they might be fine just to slow things down here a little bit, get their respawners, and then take this Uber ad in.
Yeah, Muma, the casualty on the side of Goblin Zone. Just we'll see if he comes up on off class. No one likes to stay on the soldier class. Uber advantage for the side of Kronge, as they are going to be walking in to mid from lower right now. Monster doing a great job just stutter stepping around, making sure to avoid any damage. Muma in the back lines, but is spotted out. He's just going to stick around in Toxic right now, taking a 1v1 against Whelp, but it's going to get cleaned up as Whelp's soldier partner comes in to help him out. And seems like the class switching is not just isolated to Goblin Zone, as Nomi is now playing Scout, seems like full time. Magma on the sniper, and Ford Spawn's getting a 2K with some very crispy shots, and that is going to stop the push dead in its track for Kronge Blanco, as Goblin Zone now time to reaggress. Oh, they have a Scout in behind for Kronge.
1v1.
Can he win the 1v1? There's going to be a soldier coming in behind to help as well, so it's not going to quite matter. Uber being used from Goblin Zone. Much better. No! Monster, did he already use or he just dropped? I don't know. He died, and it's not going to matter because now #1 priority is just going to be keeping Sam alive for the side of Goblin Zone. Muma barely staying alive. There's a soldier coming in from behind, unable to hit the rockets. And just like that, it's flipped on its head. Goblin Zone with the advantage. Going to get the mid cap and likely the second as well.
Yeah, it's to be on to Nomi here to see if he can do what the other sniper did in forward spawn. Looks like Skelly is going to be able to take down Muma. He's just going to be trying to peek this forward spawn, but they know at this point they're going to be locking it down pretty heavily, not allowing him to get any. He's still trying to peek it, however, even with the stickies there, just kind of baiting it out, and it does distract enough for the rest of the team to get in and able to take him down. And now this is really bad for Goblin Zone. They do get the point capture, but they have lost 3. Looks like they want to try and go pressure the back. Yeah, they are going to be trying to get in through lower. They're getting in super deep, but there is already a sentry gun there to meet them, and I doubt they're going to be able to take it down with 2 scouts. Now, they've got to try and get out without losing anyone. They are going to be able to take down Skelly, so this is all in all fairly decent for the side of Goblin Zone. They are at Uber ad, but now they've got a lot more to try and hold the second with. So a great distraction play from everyone on Goblin Zone. Still not the best, but we do see Tomatoes once again in that edge spot area above the shutter as we have the Uber coming out from
Two
Kronge
scouts going for the back cab. They do have a sentry gun still. They are not going to expect the sentry gun still here. And all the players as well, the engineer, everybody in behind. But it doesn't matter because the front push for Kronge wasn't very successful as well. It's going to be Gaia against the world. Nice sticky trap killing Animus as he was trying to escape, and it's going to be basically a 1v1 for now at least. The respawners slowly coming back up, and Kronge Blanco think better of it as they're going to back up all the way.
This is just chaos. A lot of the times, you know, these fights, it's people going in behind, people wrapping around, and you know, it's just going all over the place right now. We do have Muma trying to hide in a little lower spot. Nomi checking things up on the spy, but on the other side of things, we do have Sam with the Kritzkrieg going out to about 80%. I don't know if they know. It depends on whether Nomi is checking the medigun. I don't know if he is. He is disguised as medic, so they might be able to know just in time. Looks like Goblin Zone, they're getting ready to use it, and they do use on Gaius. The first sticky comes out, and it gets Monster. Regardless of whether they knew, they weren't in position well enough, and that is the medic down. But Ali, he's just walking in. He gets 2. He's going to be able to get Muma and Deadly Seed, and now Sam has got to run for his life with his who initially got them such a great advantage, and now they might die to the aggressing soldiers. A lot of damage from Skelly. He's only got the pickaxe. He's playing Minecraft. Luckily, his demo comes in to help him up and mine that demo away. Great stuff from everyone on a, what is it? The blue team. You know their name, Trad. What's their name?
The Kronge Blacno. The Blacno is just writing blank checks in terms of damage all over the place. Sam is so low. He's just sitting in the corner getting pistol whipped down from 12. Pistol popping like the true Bostonian that he is. The player's Deadly Seed coming in behind. Oh my god. Oh, they don't have the second point, so he can't go for a backhand, but he is just 1v1.
Oh my Deadly
The demo unable to kill him, and finally a lull in the fighting. It's going to be a demo 1v1. When do you see this in a real match? The demo 1v1 MGE, as now everything is just going to stabilize, and we're back to basically where we were. Kronge Blanco managing to push out onto second, and Goblin Zone staying on the mid. Both meds right around the same Uber. We do have the Muma heavy. Oh, this is going to be fun to watch.
It is going to be fun to watch. I mean, they basically tried just about everything else so far. They've tried the standard 6s. They've tried the pyro. They've tried, you know, the sniper, the spy. Makes sense to go for the aggressive heavy, I guess. You know, I haven't really seen it on this map at all before. It looks like they're going to be taking him lower, which is really interesting. I would have thought, you know, maybe take him in through the high ground, but no, looks like they're going to be going in through lower, going to be trying to get some space. We do have Deadly Seed making, leading the charge for his team as Muma comes out through the other door. We're just going to be walking through that yard area, making his way slowly up on the, does force the Uber out first from the side of a Kronge realm, so it's going to be a bit worse for them. They are flashing a lot of Tomato Tom, however, in that choke side area is going to go down. Nice from Guy to stay alive there, as well as Magma to get another pick. Everyone else on the side of Kronge realm is just going to have... We're just going to have to back a lot of chaos going over there by lower, and this heavy push is actually working wonders for a... Goblin Zone has probably been one of the cleanest we've seen so far in this map. And now they're going to be working their way into last. They're getting some time on the point and not going to be able to cap it up completely. Ali going to be tripped the scout a lot better for Goblin Zone. The heavy gets on the point, but he gets focused right down because he was super weak. And now what was looking good might be disaster. He gets on the point so much time. Oh my good. Really great stuff. Tomato Tom trying to get in there, but now can Sam stay alive? It's going to be Gaia. If he can keep his med alive, he doesn't. He fails that assignment, but can he keep himself alive? He looks like he is going to be able to get through lower. No. Luckily, the scouts for the side of a Kronge are going to be able to take him down, and now that's a very late med death. An extremely late death on the side of Goblin Zone, and what was looking like really great momentum and really great coordination has just turned completely on its head, as now looks like they want to try and get in lower here, Trad.
They're going to use the Uber through. Muma with a nice bomb to force it out. The sniper is probably going to get caught as well. No one's looking at him just yet. Finally, they turn around, do a 180 and pick him up. Deadly Speed just getting a response onto Skelly, but he's going to get cleaned up on the flank, and it's going to be a rough position for Goblin Zone here as they are down their medic. Monster will have around a 40% advantage as they cap up the midpoint and probably the second point here.
Yeah, and you know, this is good from Sonic Kronge realm. They got a bit of momentum. They got the Uber at. Of course, we've seen them in this position before, and they have failed. So hopefully for them, you know, they don't fail, and they're going to be able to convert this last push. So they're going to be healing up all their players, going to be trying to make their way. On the other side of Goblin Zone, we see they don't have a sentry gun up. They do have a sniper up on the side of Magma, and he's been hitting shots. Everyone's basically been hitting shots so far this entire series. So whether or not he can hit one, they use it early to make sure that they don't get sniped down. They're going to be taking down the sentry gun that was just in its infancy stages of being built. The heavy comes out, getting fired down pretty quickly and pretty efficiently. A lot of damage coming out now. We're trying to play some point time. Good stuff from Nomi and Whelp, going to be taking down a lot of players on the Goblin Zone, and that is the third round for Kronge Realm. Really great stuff. Finally going to be able to convert on that Uber ad. And now if you're Goblin Zone, this is kind of getting into do or die territory.
Still enough time, 17 minutes left in the map, so they do need to get 2 rounds at least to equalize this. They do have the time, but with how long these rounds have been going, they will have to pick up the pace. You can't be taking 12-minute long rounds all the time here, as they get the first pick on the Nomi. He was going into the back line. The Pyro just juggling the soldier so high up into the air, making his experience super miserable here. The demo, Ali's going to get cleaned up by Tomato Tom in the back lines there, just behind him, shooting a rocket right into his behind. And it seems like Monsa is going to escape with the Uber. Sam did go down, so another silver lining for Kronge Realm Blacno despite losing mid.
That was insane. There was nothing Skelly could do. He was just getting launched, and he was just getting checked by that completely. He bounced off the wall, and even then he still got bounced up. And I think he still died to Muma regardless. I think it was the flames that killed him in the end. So expert pyro play from Muma. You don't see that much anymore. But he's trying to make it come back into existence. We do see Kronge Realm trying to push in from second on the mid here. They are going to be able to take down the aggressive flank that was maybe trying to get a sack off onto Monster. But Monster, he's staying alive. Luckily for Goblin Zone, it's bought enough time for Sam to get their own Uber, so they might be in a good position to try and hold the second, depending on how confident they're feeling. Looks like they're just going to be playing around the crates, or playing around that cargo pilot at the moment. They do have the sack come in from Nomi. Is going to get the Uber out from the side of Goblin Zone. Looks like they wanted maybe a bit of space. No, they can't. We're going to have to back up. And this is once again a really great position for Kronge Realm here, Trad.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for Goblin Zone to do anything with. They're going to have an early bomb. That's a nice initiation from Muma. He's going to stay alive as well, just in the backlines. And all in all, a great play from Goblin Zone there, just to force out the Uber. They're going to lose the second push, but as they get their own Uber, around a 30% advantage, perhaps they could coordinate with Muma, who's just still lurking around in the backlines, just picking up health packs. And we'll see if they try and do something like that. But it seems like perhaps they'll play more defensive. They still have this engineer up as well, a sentry gun, just as a failsafe on the last point. Muma slowly creeping his way into Toxic here. He's going to meet the scout, take a 1v1, but that is not going to be a successful one.
Oh, three
as Deadly
down.
Seed goes down as well. 3 players down.
I guess it must have been a sticky trap from the side of Ali. I'm not quite sure where it was, but good on him regardless.
Oh,
Skelly
2 rockets right onto Sam.
Yeah,
Sam
this is
didn't
very
I don't know if he had the Uber.
I think he probably did, and that was just like them trying to pressure for the sack from Muma in
respawns
the
are coming
backlines.
up, but it's too late.
Yeah,
oh, this is a crumble.
It is a crumble, and I think that has actually been the game for... Oh, no, never mind. It is 4-1. Sorry, I thought the first half went to 3. I forgot how long the first half was. So no, it's only going to be 4-1. Still in the favor of a Kronge Realm White or Blanco. You know, this is definitely kind of backs up against the wall for Goblin Zone here. But rocking the standard loadout, you know, they've got Muma on the correct class now. Same thing with Magma. No funny shenanigans now, so they're definitely going to be trying their best with core composition. And they are going to be able to take down Nomi, who is bombing in to their own Toxic at the moment. They do lose 2, however, both Muma and Magma going down there. So they are going to have to retreat. They don't lose their medic, and they keep their demo alive, so they have a good shot at holding the second, but definitely a precarious situation if you were Goblin Zone.
Yeah, early on it looked good for Goblin Zone, but then they all went back to consolidate the kills. So despite being up 1 combat class at the beginning, they were locked out of the mid into their own choke points, and then with it was just super easy for the Sam classes of Kronge Realm Blanco to just force them out of the mid and take it here. So we do have the sniper on Magma. Seems like it's his turn to be the sniper man on this map as compared to Muma. And we'll see. He has been hitting quite a few heads. Nomi on the sniper as well. I didn't even see that. And he's going to be rotating around with his op all the way down, perhaps towards lower here. Does have the cozy camper on, so he won't be flinching at anything in his way.
No, definitely not. So, I mean, you can see Kronge Realm are going to be happy to slow things down, take their time. They know they're in a very great position to just make the most of it and just play extremely safe with their sniping. Nomi going to be peeking all of those angles right now. It looks like he's going into a crates at the moment, or toxic, sorry. Just going for a shot, but you know, he's taking his time, not overextending himself too much. He's actually going for a pretty deep shot there. I think he does get a not headshot but body shot beside of Magma, who's on the counter sniper, and he does hit a nice shot onto Ali. So demo down for the side of Kronge Realm. And now if you're Goblin Zone, I think this is an opportunity you're gonna have to push in, but with the headshot coming up onto Muma, this Uber trade is looking suddenly a lot less guaranteed, as now looks like they're just gonna be happy to go back. We do see Skelly in the backlines trying to go for a wraparound play, helped by his scout and Whelp. Monster dying to a nice shot from the side of Magma, and now this is looking extremely precarious for the side, for both teams actually, as it's just going to be a DM fight on the side. A second Animus is just running in. He deletes one of the guys, but he does get taken down himself. Tomato Tom going to be cleaning him up, making sure Sam stays alive there. And at the end of it all, it's going to be Goblin Zone in a much better position. Looks like they're trying to get on the mid, but you know, with how these teams have been playing, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kronge Realm try and fight it.
Oh wow, nice surf from Nomi. Just surfing the rocket out. Oh, he doesn't care. He's still being aggressive. Escaping, retreating through towards Toxic. Still taking pot shots. Gets a nice body shot onto the leaving soldier. And it's going to give space for his team. Give the damage advantage towards his team. Just push players out. Animus cleaning up on the damage onto Deadly Seed. And they retain control of the forward spawns of middle point, but it's going to be the Uber advantage for Sam. They're going to lead it on the demo here. Demo gets juggled up into the air from an air sticky, something like that, and it's going to be Magma very aggressive with the overcharge buff, but they will just get the second point. Seems like that's all they'll be able to take for Goblin Zone.
Yeah, and we're in a classic leapfrog situation, so it's going to be interesting to see where they take it. Looks like they're gonna be going through looks like you're gonna be running forward, but Animus gets deleted before the Uber can be used. Maybe just trying to milk it a bit too hard. We do have a soldier in lower gonna be dying. That is Tomato Tom. No one else on Goblin Zone looks like they're in a position to die, and in fact we do have someone on the back half. It is gonna be Magma, who's in a 1v1 currently with this Whelp. It looks he was gonna get the better of that, but
arrow.
Nice, yeah,
he would have won the 1v1, but the arrow just came in, and then the rest of the players. But it did its job. Oh, there's another player also in the backlines for Kronge Realm. It's going to be the soldier. Nomi making his move. They do see him now, and it looks like he's just going to try and escape. But will he do so? Does manage to do so. Just oh my god! On the other side, Skelly hits the air shot to Sam. Oh my lord. Drops the medic down. I don't think he had the Uber yet, but it doesn't matter. Now it's going to be a 90 full Uber advantage for Monza, and it's going to be the ball in Kronge Realm Blanco's court to see if they can close out the map.
It is indeed, and you know, this push might be what determines it for them, if they're going to be able to stay in here, as a looks like they're going to be coming in through lower, but a spy coming out, going to be taking down Nomi. Animus going down as well, and this opportunity at an Uber is looking very poor at the moment. They do use, but with two players going down, they've got no space at all. Gain a back of that. They do take Magma, which is, you know, all right. Maybe it delays this push from Goblin Zone, but no, looks like they're going in regardless. They do have Whelp in behind, who's maybe has to contend with a few spawners if he isn't careful enough, and he is coming in now. They have spotted him. He is trying to make a play for the med, doesn't manage to find it, and they are going to be able to cap up second. Now Goblin Zone with a good Uber advantage. This has been one of the best positions they've been in to take a round. Hopefully they're going to be able to manage to convert, but it all starts with this Uber push here, Trad.
And they're taking it top left right here, focusing down the sentry gun, getting some good early cap time, around halfway capped. Sentry gun being taken down, but they're losing all their players for it. and the Well demo showing up Muma. This is how you do it. In fact, he actually killed Muma with the Reflect, and Kronge, well, Blanco, I can barely say my words. They're going to win here. At least hold on to the last here. Sam manages to escape, but it's not going to really matter as it's going to be a full Uber disad no matter what. Probably doing it for the logs. And we'll see if Kronge, Blanco, what they do with this Uber as they're slowly moving forward towards Toxic here. I don't see any traps laid out from Gaia in preparation for that. It seems like they're going to rotate all the way down towards lower. Muma just a little bit too fast with the bomb. The other soldier coming in, Tomato Tom, getting the early force out. Good job from him. If Goblin Zone can stop bleeding players, but they lose 3, so it's going to be tough. They might lose Gaia here as well. He's getting caught in by Skelly. Players, the rest of his respawns coming in. Deadly Seed managing to help keep him alive, so having the Demo Man is going to be enough so that they will hold on to the second, but this is not what they need to come back into this map as it is only 7 minutes remaining. The players so aggressive, a back half attempt coming in. They have to wrap it all the way around. Whelp just running around in the backlines here, finally going to get taken down, and Goblin Zone moving forward. Kronge going to smartly move all the way back. They need to play safe, make sure to give no possible avenues for Goblin Zone to come back into this map.
100%. I mean, Ubers are pretty even, but they are going to try to make their way in regardless. They do get a lot of space before anyone has to use, and it might be a little bit better for the side of Kronge at the moment. They are going to be able to find down Gaia. They find down Magma as well. They might be able to find down, take down Tomato Tom, who's hiding in lower, but no, he jumps away to the rest of his team. Now, looks like everyone going to be coming in through Bamboo onto mid, and they should be able to cap this up, no worries. It's just a question of whether they're going to be able to roll this into second. We do have everyone on Goblin Zone kind of playing by their own toxic area, maybe in terms of like trying to wrap if, Kronge come in through a Bamboo, but it doesn't look like that's happened as Skelly bombs in for a huge and nice rock onto Sam, gonna be taking him down, further securing Kronge advantage at the moment. Can they keep a monster alive? They are going to be able to as Magma tries to go for a play onto him. They do have Deadly Seed still running around second. Looks like he's going to be able to get out as he escapes back last, but this is a good opportunity for Kronge to close it out here. Only one more round, one more last push. They've shown last time that they finally figured it out, and they're able to push last with Uber ads. So let's see if they're going to be able to do it again here, Trad.
Early Uber pop, Sentry gunning, took it down in the alley with the triple sticky kill. This must be it, and it's going to be Kronge Blanco in emphatic fashion, taking the second map 5-1. GG's in the chat, and GG's for the series. Kronge Blanco are going to survive in the playoffs. Goblin Zone 2 eliminated, and we'll see the matchup. Kronge Blanco versus Peg Mode. Once again, it's going to be a rematch of the first round of the playoffs. Congratulations to Kronge Blanco surviving all the shenanigans from Goblin Zone and sticking around in the playoffs for this season.
Yeah, I mean, Ali going big there. Just with that huge bomb. I mean, why didn't they do that before? Just get an easy 3K at the start of your Uber. It's so simple. But no, seriously, he did amazing there. And Vlog, he did a nice 3-13 going 19-9. Definitely doing a lot for his team. Gaia as well. The other demo man also doing really well, going at 17-10, 303 DPM. Basically, you know, a lot of your projectiles having a good showing. Still a whole lot of off-classing from basically everyone who isn't a demo or a medic. It's basically everyone else on the server. Regardless, a very back and forth game. Even if Reckoner doesn't show it, you know, there were really good opportunities for Goblin Zone to pick up a few rounds there. They were just a bit unfortunate in their last pushes. Same thing with Kronge. It could have been a much more dominant game if they were able to actively do their last pushes, especially in the first half. So good adaptation from Kronge and still a really great showing from Goblin Zone, showing why they were able to get 4th seed, or get 4th place so far in this advanced season. I don't know, anything stand out to you, Trad, in that last second half we saw?
Well, I think Kronge just finally figured out how to push last, and that really worked out. As we probably could have finished the game a lot earlier than 1 a.m. at night right now, but congratulations to Kronge and Blacno, no matter what, as they finish it in 2 maps.
Yes, I do. And with that happening, I think that's going to be it for us here. Obviously, looking at this stream, go check out the other stream of the upper bracket game between RPC and Peg Mode. You can watch the VOD. If you were too busy watching us, regardless, if you're like, when's more TF2 coming? Stay tuned. We got more advanced playoffs. We got more of almost every div here at Fireside. So stay hold and keep your eyes out for our announcements of when that's going to happen. Aside from that, my name's been Tcmano, joined by Trad. We've had the wonderful and amazing Jay on production, and we thank you all for watching and have a good night.
I wake up in the bed you made, the one where you're supposed to